That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright. God, it feels weird to do this after a week, or 2 weeks even. He stopped streaming for 2 weeks. It feels so weird to come back. Alright, let's get on. Let's crack on with some stuff. Oh. Even driving's really weird. God, I hate coming back to this game after so long. So long, like 2 weeks is a long time, but it kind of is. Hey Rebecca, how you doing? Whoa, calm the back down there. The animals are more dangerous than the people. There we go. Been a while since I did that. Hey, Cool Getter, what's up? Hey, Phoenix, what are you saying? How you doing? It's really weird to get my audio back to normal. There we go. Obviously, you won't be able to hear on stream, but from my end, it's weird. Yeah, we're gonna have a shower, are you, Rebecca? Sounds good. Enjoy a shower. I'm alright. I'm just trying to get back into GTA, you know? Since I haven't played it in like 2 weeks. I mean, I've been on it, but I've not played it. I've just got pictures and stuff. Where's the time trial? Where's the this one. Ah, and the one up on the top of Mount Chiliad. Ah, there's lots of good ones this week. But yeah, I've got to do this new adversary mode. Adversary mode even. The Motor Wars one, Motor Wars Cayo Perico. I'm not gonna lie, this looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie, just for the fact that it's got a tank in it and a Savage. That just sounds like horrible to do. It's also got a 37% rating, which is lower than all the other Motor Wars, so I already know this is gonna be shit. But I've got to do it. I've got to tick it off. But I'm like, wow, what the fuck, Rockstar? Why would you put a tank in Motor Wars? That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Motor Wars is really fun normally. It's quite balanced, actually. But putting a tank in there is dumb, man. But yeah, it does feel weird. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel weird coming back after this time. But yeah, I'm just not sure how I feel about this, you know? Like, I kind of want to do it, but it's like, I just want to know what Rockstar was thinking when they thought, yeah, what's the one thing Motor Wars needs? A tank. You know, what's the one thing Motor Wars needs more than anything? A tank and a Savage. No, Rockstar, it was perfectly balanced before. Alright, you didn't need to change this, Rockstar. You didn't need to change this. So I'm kind of tempted to try it out. Also, Turf Wars is on double, which is interesting. I quite like Turf Wars. Sumo 6 and 5? What a random selection. Like, can we just discuss this here quickly, like how weird Rockstar is for this? They put come out to play 2 and 5, and then which both are terrible, by the way. I don't know why anyone likes those. Surprisingly got a higher rating than Turf Wars, even though it's a terrible mode because it's not balanced in the slightest for auto aim. But anyway, whatever, besides the point. And then they have Motor Wars Cayo Perico. 37% rating. I already know why it's so low. It's because people get fucked up by the tank and don't want to play. Whoever gets the tank first wins, I'm assuming. Sumo 5 and Sumo 6 is the most random selection of sumos. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know why you would pick those two in particular. They're good, don't get me wrong, but why not just have all the sumos on double, you know? And then Turf Wars 1 and Turf Wars 7. I don't get this, Rockstar. I don't get what your thinking is here as to why you've picked these random numbers. I don't know. I don't get this, Rockstar. It's like it's just like they put they just like picked out random ones and fuck it, we need something for the event. Fuck it. Sumo 5, Sumo 6, Turf Wars 1, Turf Wars 7, come out to play 2 and 5. Like, Rockstar, come on. But yeah, Cayo Perico Mo Wars has got tank and a helicopter in it. I don't know why. That's like the dumbest thing you can do. That's like the dumbest thing you can do for a Motor Wars, because like Motor Wars is really well balanced. I think it is anyway. I think it's a really well balanced mode, but not that. Not if it's got a tank and a helicopter. That's gonna break the balancing. Whoever's got the tank and the helicopter, especially because it's a Kanjali too. It's not even just a normal tank. It's a bloody Kanjali. If it was just a normal tank, it'll fuck me. If it was a normal tank, it would be bad enough, but it's a bloody Kanjali. I don't know what Rockstar was thinking with their with this week. This week's a bit of a mad one, I'm not gonna lie. What? Fuck you. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Fuck you for that. Fuck you for that. No, that is actually diabolical from the game there. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like they've just kind of... I don't know, I feel like they just randomly slapped on wherever they felt like. It just kind of sums up Rockstar, because Rockstar always does that, don't they? Where they don't really care about what they put on. They just put on where they feel like it, so... Yeah, I don't know. A bit of a weird week, this one. I think they would have just been better off just putting all the Motor Wars on, or all the Sumos on. So I'm not 100% sure what they were thinking, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. We'll work with it. There we go. Hey Drakey, what's up? Hey JB! JB, what are you saying, bro? My driving is still impeccable. The funny thing is, I actually am not bad at driving. It's just that when I'm streaming, I fuck around a lot more with my driving. But when I'm focused, I can actually drive pretty well. Where have I been? I had a bit of a holiday. I had a holiday for about a week and a bit, and then I just decided not to stream for a couple more days. And then here I am on the second, I guess like this the 2 weeks since the anniversary stream, so it makes sense to come back. Where's this one again? Oh yeah. Yes, I remember you mentioning Bearded Rouge. He hasn't streamed, has he? Ah, sucks. Hopefully he streams at some point. I can understand though, like, it's very easy to fall out of streaming if you don't stream for a bit. Like, it's surprisingly easy. Especially if there's nothing that you really care about at the moment, like passion-wise. Like, I think it would have been very easy for me just to not come back, you know? Or at least not until GTA 6. I can understand completely. deer, man. The deer are insane. Whole minute spent just going around that bit. That is crazy. And it's raining, so it's even worse driving now. Lovely. I hope we get more like rain and stuff in GTA 6. It's one thing I'll say about GTA 5 is the weather's so boring. At least online. Single player is not so bad. You get good variety in single player, but online, God, they give you just sun and a little bit of normal rain, and then very rarely you get a bit of thunder and lightning. But never like proper thunder and lightning like you get in that mission and that heist when you attack the humane lab. Now that is proper thunder and lightning. They don't give you that in free roam. Don't know why. Yeah, no worries, Drake. You have a good one. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your sleep. Oh, fuck. Messed that up. Messed that up. Well, back down. Here we go. It's fine. We can recover. Not the most optimal strategy, but it doesn't matter. You can usually fuck up quite badly in these and still make it. Three, 2, 1, turn off. Hit every wall that you possibly can. Driving the rain's not fun. It's not when you're trying to do something like this. It does make it a lot harder. Oh, that's a bit silly for me to do that. It's fine, we still made it, but that was a bit silly. I could have fallen off really easy if I just slightly fallen off and I'd been over. Alrighty then, so we've done that. I've done my normal time trial, I've done that time trial. I'll probably go and do that time trial and then I'll start doing some modes. I just like to get the money going, you know? I've only got $1.3 billion, alright? I need more money. I need more money. I haven't got much money. It's actually going to be crazy in GTA 6 because I'm going to go from having a lot of money to having very little money and not really caring. Like, I'm going to go from grinding to not grinding. Because GTA 6, I've already said I'm not going to grind GTA 6. I don't want to grind anymore. It's such a... It took so many years of my life and I loved it at the time. I had nothing better to do, especially during 2020. There was literally nothing better to do during 2020. But it's like, bro, I'd rather just play cool modes. It's going to be really weird in GTA 6 going from having a lot of money and grinding like heists and stuff like that in GTA 5 to not doing any of that in GTA 6 and just playing the game and having fun. I know, right? Crazy idea, that. I know. Playing a game for fun. That is revolutionary. Who's done that for years, right? Every game these days is designed to be grindy and, you know, usually make money from microtransactions, people buying their way, you know, pay to win. That's what games have become in the last 10 years. So the idea of playing a game just purely for fun again, not worrying about what level you are, not worrying about what weapons you have, what cars you have, you know, what helicopters, planes, bro. That's going to be so weird. Because that's all I've done in GTA 5. For years I spent just grinding away, making money, getting better cars, getting better weapons. And now I just don't care. Like, I couldn't give a shit if the car I had is a supercar or not. Like, bro, I already know at GTA 6, I'm going to pick up just a nice sedan. And that's going to be my vehicle the entire way through. You know? Like, just a nice sedan or something, you know, economical. I don't care if there's no fuel in GTA 6, there's no petrol or whatever. I want something that's economical in my eyes anyway. And that's it. I'm just going to have a basic sedan, maybe an electric, who knows. I'll find something. And just that, and that's what I want. You know, I'm just going to have like 1 or 2 guns. I'm going to get myself a nice pistol, upgrade that. Get a nice assault rifle, upgrade that. I don't care about all the rest of it. I know, planes. I mean, I do like planes, I'm not going to lie. Maybe that's the one thing I will actually allow myself to spend money on is a nice plane. A couple planes here or there, but I'm not going to worry about it. No, not like with GTA 5 where I have to have... I've earned enough money to buy everything. I have almost every plane in the game. Obviously, you can't have every plane. Well, maybe you can now, because they did add more space to the hangar, didn't they? So I guess you can now have all the planes again. I had to sell a few because I had no room for all the extras they added. I have all the boats. You know, like... Yeah, I think Vice City, I might allow myself to buy some boats. Yeah. You know what? That might be where I allow myself to spend the money in GTA 6. I'm just going to get an economical sedan. That's it for GTA 6. But you know what? Boats? Yeah. I think a nice speedboat. Probably one that looks like something like Crockett's speedboat from Miami Vice. That would be sweet. You never played GTA 5 online and never finished story, but you often go for a ride. It is a nice game to play, to go around for a ride. I will admit that. It is a very beautiful game. Even now, even after all these years, it's a very beautiful game just to drive around in and just vibe to the music and, you know, kind of turn off your brain. And I hope GTA 6 will be more of that. GTA 6 especially, I think, with the new, you know, the new routes to go on, way more pretty, you know, countryside. Nothing against the GTA 5 countryside, but it's a bit barren at times. But the, you know, GTA 6's countryside probably will be, well, I mean, we've already seen, it looks a lot more detailed, like the Red Dead countryside, so I'm actually really excited for that. Just go around in the middle of nowhere and just kind of chill. That'll be really fun. That's what I want to do in GTA 6. I want to have fun. I want to relax and have fun. Very big change up from how I am on GTA 5, or how I was. It's very exciting. It'll also be nice not to have all these businesses to have to think about. Because that's one thing I don't like about GTA 5. There's too many bloody businesses everywhere. You're constantly thinking. You're constantly thinking about where, like, you know, having to keep track of everything. Whereas in GTA 6, there won't be any of that anymore. It'll be nice and calm. Alright, let me just quickly get this out of the way, because I need to anyway. Bloody hell, I made this ugly, didn't I? Lime, like a very bright green? God, jeez, I made this place ugly. Why did I make it look like that? Alright, it's the van. Is it around the front? Isn't the whole point of having a back area is to... Bro, isn't the whole point of having a back area to hide the van? Why are we parking the van outside the front? I guess it's legal now, like, you know, in California and all that. I'm assuming San Andreas weed is fully legal now. Although we can still, you know, grow illegal weed, but... I don't know why hiding the van, just park, I guess that's why he's parked out the front now. He doesn't need to hide anymore. Although I don't think we're probably legal. I think we're probably not paying any taxes on this, so maybe it would be best to hide the van. Oh, come on. What the? What the fuck? What is this? Wait, what? Deliver blueberry cheesecake, purple sherbet, or red harvest? Bro, is there like some way to know? You can have the blueberry cheesecake, I guess. Is there like a list or something I've got to pay attention to? Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oh, well. Kind of fucked that one up. Why couldn't I... No, I got to look at a list. What am I? I'm doing grocery shopping. Oh, well. Well, you know what? He can enjoy the blueberry cheesecake. West Vinewood, that is supposed to be the blueberry cheesecake, so we'll do West Vinewood, we'll do that. Wait, where the fuck am I going now? Is this Rockford Hills? Wait, you can smoke when you're in the thing? Why would I want to smoke? I'm a businessman. Why would I want to smoke weed? Why would I want to make my job harder? I'm already the basic delivery bitch. I don't want to. Why would I want to smoke and make my job 3 times as hard? Come on. You know, when I thought about playing GTA back in the day, and I thought, you know what, one day I'll be a big CEO, lots of money. You know, I'll be rich. I won't need to do these jobs anymore. I'll have people to do them for me. And here we are in, I'm assuming it's around the back. Here we are, and we're still delivering. We're still the delivery people. Nothing wrong with being a delivery person, you know? But it just seems a bit weird that we're still the delivery person after 13 years. So, wait there. So this guy, wait, where are we? We're in Morningwood. Oh, we're in Morningwood. We're in Morningwood. Red Harvest. He wants Red Harvest. Oh, no. You have to be like exactly where it wants you. Imagine someone's like chasing you, by the way, and you're trying to deliver this shit, and someone's chasing you, and you're like trying to deliver it, and you can't get on the exact spot that you need to be to deliver it. And some dons out there just shooting you, blowing you up with RPGs and stuff, and you're just like, you're begging the game, please just let me deliver it. And there's some don out there, you know, bird shit hair, all that lovely stuff, try hard appearance. They're just blowing you up over and over again. Oh, so that's how you get a tip, yeah? By delivering the right thing. Alright, fine. He's got the right one this time. I felt bad, you know. I gave blueberry cheesecake to the wrong don. He was expecting Red Harvest. He got blueberry cheesecake. That's diabolical right there. What is he going to do? How is he gonna get high the way he wants with blueberry cheesecake? Alright. Alright, your gate's open. Good, good start. Jeez, this is a very nice home. I'm looking forward to the mansion DLC, by the way. So we're in Rockford Hills. What was Rockford Hills again? Red Harvest. What is with these people in Red Harvest? But yeah, I'm excited for this mansion DLC that's been rumored. You know, it'll be quite cool actually, won't it, to have a mansion finally. Hopefully there's a heist that goes along with the mansion. If it's just a mansion, I don't want it. But if there's a heist that goes alongside the mansion, and that you can only start if you purchase the mansion, well, now I am interested. But if it's just a mansion, I don't want it. If it's just a mansion, it can... No, I don't want that. I have a yacht. I've got a penthouse suite. I don't care about a mansion. What am I going to do with a mansion? Stare at some green juice? Watch a TV that's not changed since, you know, the game came out? What am I going to do with any of that? But if there's a heist that comes with it, yeah. Who the fuck are you? Get out of here! Who was that, Don? Why was he... He was just chilling. Was he going to rob the place? That's fucked up. He was going to rob the place, wasn't he? Cheeky bastard. Vinewood Hills, purple sherbet. Purple sherbet. Could you... Okay, purple sherbet. Is it sherbet? No, sherbet, isn't it? Sherbet. Sherbet. No, sherbet. Why am I overthinking that? I've heard that word 1,000 times in my head, in my life. Why do I need to overthink that? Alright, good. Next delivery. Oh man, I love delivering stuff. It's my favorite activity to do. When I'm out and about in my life, And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get home, sit down in my chair, load up my PlayStation 5. The one thing I want to do more than anything else is deliver fake products to fake people. Nothing else beats it. Do I want to rob banks? No. Do I want to save the world from nuclear apocalypse from an Elon Musk knockoff? Or should I say superior version of Elon Musk? No. I want to go and sell weed products to people who are too lazy to come and buy it from my shop. I get to be Deliveroo, basically. Wait, the fuck is this? Excuse me! Get off your phone! Get off your phone! You fucking dare you be on your phone in my presence, you! Ah! Don't you dare get on your phone. Oh, you're alive still? This is America. You'll be bankrupt if I kill you now. You can't afford... No, it's too expensive. Sorry, it's too expensive. Funeral costs are cheaper in America than healthcare bills, alright? Thank you.
No fucking way!
Alright, where are we going? Hey, Blurp, what's up? What do you mean billionaire, but okay? I mean, look, I'm a poor billionaire, okay? I've only got 1 billion. Alright? I'm not a multi-billionaire. That's good exercise right there. Yeah, you do it again. There we go. More exercise. Beautiful. Alright, where are we going? Oh, man, they're making me walk upstairs now as well? Bro, come on. These dons are... Alright, I'm assuming these guys want the blue cheesecake, right? Blueberry cheesecake. There you go, $570 tip? Yo. That is crazy. $570 tip and a $2,500 payment? Oh my god. Holy shit, oh, that's big money. There we go. $3,000, baby. $3,000 for like 15 minutes worth of work. Fucking love it. I actually quite like this van, you know. Like, I don't know, I've always liked vans in games like GTA. I'd 100% own a van. Oh, maybe in GTA 6 I can buy a van. I can go to some, like, shitty dealership and just buy a van. That's my vehicle for the entirety of GTA 6. Fuck getting a sedan. I'm gonna drive around in a van, you know. You just woke up from a nap a little bit ago. Sounds good. Love a nice nap on Friday. You were saying I'm a billionaire, but I'm gonna do Lucky's work. This isn't real life. No, that is 100% real life, you know. I'm not a multi-billionaire, so I don't get to sit on the golden throne yet. As soon as I hit 2 billion, then I'm allowed to stop doing the Lucky work. I hope in GTA 6 you can hire like AI to do that shit.
Busy.
I should be like just chilling, you know.
Whoa! Hey, how'd you get my number?
City of Los Santos Police Department. Oh yes, excellent.
Man, these young cats is crazy. What the fuck, dude?
All right, I think I've done everything I need to do for now. Yeah, I've done everything I need to do. All right, good. I can start doing actual modes now. Ain't that something? Alright, Adversary Modes. It's been a while. Ooh, I could do Turf Wars, you know. I've not done Turf... I actually really like Turf Wars. I actually really enjoy Turf Wars. And this is a perfect mode for a small group of people, too. See, this is one of the things I actually wish a Rockstar would have left on permanently, is Turf Wars, because this is something we could do on stream as a regular thing, if we had, you know... Oh, but Sumo's good, though. Ooh, you know what? I want to do Motor Wars, but I just know this is going to be shit. I already know it's going to be shit. Let me go into a public session. If I'm going to do this, let me get into a public session. But I already know it's going to be shit because it's got the tank. It's got the... Who puts a Kanjali in Motor Wars, by the way? Like, I want to know who at Rockstar was like, yeah, let's put a Kunjali and a Savage in Motor Wars. Like, let's make the whole game mode just terrible. Because Motor Wars is really well balanced, surprisingly. Like, it's a real balanced mode, even though that you have, assault rifles and stuff. If you're in the half track, the half track will dominate, but it's still easy to kill someone in a half track if you have an RPG and you blow them up. It can kill whoever's in the back seat in the gunner position. The insurgent is pretty weak, but you can still do something with it if you're far away from the auto aim range. But a Kunjali? What the fuck are you gonna do against a Kunjali? You're just gonna get slapped. You're gonna get your ass slapped. All right, let me do this. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's get out of the way. Let me see how good it is or bad it is. Let me see. I can't say anything until I've played it. I mean, it might be the best mode I've ever played. I'll do two rounds. Is that all you can do? All right, team balancing. Obviously, anything else is gonna be shit. I don't think anyone's online, but I'll invite. And I'll see if I can get anyone to join. I don't know how this is going to go. I know it's a new mode, but it's like... It's 36% rating. You already know this is going to be terrible. You already know most people are going to leave the second they join. They go, oh, this is shit. If it's a 36% rating, that means that the vast majority of people leave before they finish the game mode. And then the ones who don't leave dislike it as well. So... we'll see what we can do. I'll see if I can get enough people to join. I honestly don't have much hope. I'm going to be real. I've not got much hope. I would like to do it just to get it ticked off on my list. Honestly, Motor Wars is actually a really fun mode. I just wish that they had balanced it better. Or at least this one. The standard one's pretty good, but it could do with some additional balancing. I have thought about making my own style, like my own Motor Wars, but it's like... the problem is like you'll never get anyone to join it. You would never be able to get a full squad to play it because custom modes do not get enough people anymore. I think it doesn't help that you can turn off like non-Rockstar invites, like non-Rockstar mode invites now. So a lot of people don't even get the invites to like custom LTSs and stuff anymore. So yeah, that's fundamentally an issue right there, Rockstar. You need to not do that. If you're gonna have people make custom stuff, you need to be actually something you can see. Yeah, it's a 36% rating. So again, it means that most people who play it leave before they finish the game. So because if you leave prematurely, that counts as a dislike. That's why like the hardest parkours are the low-rated ones. It doesn't mean anything about rating on those. It just means that people, can't finish them, so they leave. But in these modes, it just means that people probably get fed up of playing them because they're shit. You're considering going to see Suman for the 4th time tonight? I mean, why not, You've got nothing else to do, why not? Yeah, this is going to be impossible to get enough people to join, I can already tell. This is gonna be so shit. I can already tell people have probably played it already. Like, this is terrible. They don't want to play it again. 4 people out of 28. Rockstar, you need to do something about your matchmaking, lads. Your matchmaking is shocking. You need to give people incentives to play these. You need to put these on like 10 times XP and money, Rockstar. Like, what? Look, Rockstar. Can we be real for a second, yeah? No one is going to play these modes on 2 times money, all right? And the reason for that is because you get more money now sitting in free roam doing nothing. You get more money from businesses. You've balanced the game so poorly that now there is no reason to actually do anything in this game other than hire some businesses, Rockstar. You need to boost these. You need to put all the adversary modes up by 2 times at least by default, and then put a 5 times bonus on them. Then people will play these, alright? I'm just saying, Rockstar. I'm just saying. Not that Rockstar's going to listen to me. Why would they listen to me? But, I just... Well, this is what happens. We have 4 people, Rockstar, and 4 people is not a fun way to play this. Yeah, that 5 years time song stuck in your head ever since you've seen it. I can't lie, I can't remember that song. You hate that with GTA, none of these modes are worth... Yeah, they're not worthwhile doing on anything. Look, they're just... Because, like, the money is so shit. You know what's really annoying? They put quadruple money on for people that have GTA Plus. But it's like... Why should you need to have GTA Plus to get 4 times money? Why? Remember, Rockstar used to put things on triple and quadruple occasionally back in the day. Now they only do it for double, unless if you're a GTA Plus member. Cheeky bastards. This is so painful, man. Trying to get people to join is so painful. It's like pulling teeth. Oh, the Mr. Terrific song. Ah, fair. I can't remember what it was. I'm assuming it's when he was doing that whole, you know, the throw, you know, moving the balls around, killing people, and had the shield and all that for. Right, yeah, that's what I'm assuming it was playing. The only song I remember from Superman, I'm not gonna lie, is the punk rock song. I'm a punk rocker or whatever it is. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know what the lyrics were at first. Like, I didn't know it was I'm a punk rocker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I actually didn't even get that from it at first. I don't know, my hearing's pretty shit, but from years of bad listening to loud shit, but I didn't even hear the whole punk rocker. So I knew the song. What I think it was, I thought it was Bomb Dropper at one point. And then Bomb Stopper, because they stopped the bombs in that totally not Palestine but is Palestine part of the film. And I was like, oh, it makes sense, you know, he's a bomb, they're all bomb stoppers, you know, they stop the bombs in Palestine, or fake Palestine, faux Palestine, whatever the fuck it was called. But no, I thought it was that. So at first I was like, why the fuck is Superman dropping bombs? But then I was like, oh, he's stopping bombs. And then I found out it's punk rocker, which makes sense because they did mention the whole punk rock thing during the film. But I'm not gonna lie, that I didn't hear that at first. So I was like, that's what made me laugh about it, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it like... Yeah, fuck this mode, by the way, it's not gonna work. But yeah, no, it just made me laugh. Like, I was like, oh, so they're like, you know, stopping bombs and shit. Like, that actually does work. I have to admit, that does work, because they were stopping bombs. Well, I'm assuming they were stopping bombs, because I didn't see any bombs, but I mean, there were tanks, so they were stopping tanks, but I'm assuming there would be bombs. So I was like, yeah, you know, yeah, like, they're stopping bombs, makes sense, right? But no, there was punk rockers, so I was like, oh. And when I closed my eyes and just listened to the song, I can actually hear it. I can hear Bomb Stop. You know how you can sometimes hear different things, like when they do YouTube videos, where if you look at certain lyrics, you hear those lyrics? That's, I don't know, like whenever I choose to, I can now hear it as any of those 3. I can hear Bomb Dropper, Bomb Stopper, and Punk Rocker. And I don't know which one I prefer out of them all. I don't know, like I thought Bomb Stopper was better than Punk Rocker, I'm not gonna lie, because it fit really well with the film. I was like, oh, you know, that's a pretty cool song for, you know, they're stopping bombs and all that. No, it's Punk Rocker. I don't know if I feel as good about that one as not, so yeah, I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed when I found out it was Punk Rocker, not Bomb Stopper. Although Bomb Dropper was also pretty good, although probably not appropriate, but I don't know, I thought Bomb Stopper was probably the best of them all. Yeah, that mode is not happening, by the way, not unless if we have a lot of people online. I want to see if I can do a sumo, because I'm sure people will actually join sumo, and it's a small game mode. I do need my ears checked. I mean, I've told you, I struggle on the phone because I can't hear certain frequencies. I do struggle with that. I genuinely can't hear certain frequencies, and that's why I struggle when I'm on the phone, because I can't hear certain parts of, like, when people talk. It just sounds all blurred into one. So I tell you, like, I actually have got an issue with my hearing. I need to probably, well, I mean, I'm not wearing a hearing aid, so fuck it, I'll just have to deal with not having any hearing. Yeah. I'm back. Yes, Caitlin, I'm back after all this time. Baravia and Jahanpura. Yeah, Jahanpura. I like the name Baravia, but Jahanpura sounds really stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Jahanpura. Baravia sounds cool though, I'm not gonna lie. But am I getting old? I've had bad hearing for years, to be fair, Caitlin. It's not because I'm old, just because I got shit hearing. Yeah. You like the punk rocker one because of that? Everyone's so shit nowadays that being kind is punk. I suppose that is true. That is a good way to look at it. But I'll probably always hear it as I'm a bomb stopper. But it's fine. It works for me. It works for me. He's stopping the bombs. He's ending the devastation. It works. You're exactly the same as me, but with your eyes. What's wrong with your eyes, Caitlin? They're just like not. Are they just degrading? I used to have really good eyes when I was younger. I used to have fantastic eyesight. I could see so much stuff, and then as time went on, my eyes got really bad, and now my eyes are terrible. They're not the worst, but they're definitely they're definitely not the best. Yeah, that's how I look at it. You know, like they're not the worst. I can still see fantastically within like 5 feet. After that, then I can't see very well. But before that, it's great. Like up to 5 feet, wonderful eyesight, fantastic eyesight. But after that, not so much. Even this isn't going to work. I'm telling you, most people that play GTA now just literally sit in free roam. They just sit in free roam, man. Sad. Feels good having a Suman, that's great. I'm glad that you enjoyed the Suman so much. Imagine if I sit through Black Adam v Suman. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have been okay with that, you know? Like, I enjoyed Black Adam. Like, I didn't think it was the best film ever, but I did enjoy it, so I probably would have been okay with it as well. Friday night too. Friday night should be even better, because more people should be on. You know, end of the week and all that. End of the week, we should be getting loads of people on. You have a cone cornea. Oh, is your like cornea shaped? I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like shaped slightly different, so it affects the way the light refracts and all that. Yeah, it affects focusing and all that. Yeah. You like Black Adam now less because you heard... Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the way The Rock was playing it was stupid. Like, don't get me wrong. I do agree that was stupid, but I had no issues with Black Adam, like, what, you know, the actual Black Adam itself, like, the actual film. Like, in an alternate reality, I don't think I'd be upset having to watch, you know, that. I don't think I'd be upset. Your biological family has bad eyesight on mum's side. Ah, okay. Yeah, it sucks when you have bad genes and then your genes spread down. It just, yeah, it sucks. What movie? Black Adam. The one with The Rock, the DCEU film with The Rock in it. Who played Teth Adam or whatever his name was. I mean, I had a good time with that film still. It would have been cool. I can't lie. I would have enjoyed probably seeing it. The only issue with The Rock is that he would never allow himself to lose. Like, that's the only issue is that, like, he would never let himself lose. It would, you know, Black Adam versus Superman would have just ended as a draw. There wouldn't have been, like, one side wins because he would never accept losing. That's the only issue with him. Like, if you're gonna get an actor to play a role like that, you need to have someone who's willing to accept that they aren't always gonna win. But he would never accept that. That's the only issue. Sadly. Not really matters anymore. Yeah, we saw the Superman, yeah. The new Superman film. Who were the MVPs? Mr. Terrific is probably the one I like the most. Bro, how is this game even a thing anymore? Like, the fact that you can't even get people to join sumo is fucked, by the way. This is fucked. This is why I don't play GTA much anymore. Like, when people ask me, oh, why don't you play GTA anymore? And I'm like, because it's literally impossible to get enough people to play the fucking game. Like, if we have less than 3 people, it's impossible to get anyone to join. Like, it just sucks. It just sucks. If you're playing on your own, it just sucks because there's nothing you can do other than just sit in free roam with a bunch of other, you know, people that are playing solo. That's all you. It's like GTA Online is a perfect example of a bunch of people playing solo together. Like, it's not a multiplayer game. It's a solo game, but with other people, so you can show off your car to other people. That's literally what this game is. It's basically just a solo game, but with a online aspect. But it's not an online. It's not a multiplayer game because no one fucking plays any of the multiplayer stuff. Actually, sad. No returns to the one, but apparently he called it woke because Lex Luthor called him an alien. I mean, he is an alien. It's not woke. He is an alien. Like, Superman literally is an alien. I guess you could argue that the story, I guess you could argue that the whole, you know, the premise is that, you know, you shouldn't, like, you should be welcoming of people, and that you know, that everyone, you know, you shouldn't just, like, kind of say, oh, you know, you're an alien, you know, you're a legal immigrant, blah, 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 you know, whatever. So I you know, it's a stupid argument. Like, I don't think it's that deep, to be honest with you. Like, he's an alien. Superman's always been an alien. It's not that deep. You know? Like, I don't know why people thought it was woke. It's literally not that deep. It's a story about an alien who gets sent to planet Earth. That's, you know, I don't know exactly what there is woke, to be honest with you. I don't know why some people were so... I think people just wanted to hate it because it was a James Gunn film. But also, I think... some people were trying to make out that it's like Snyder fans, but I don't even think it was Snyder fans. Like, there's a lot of people that like Snyder stuff that liked it as well. I think it was just primarily the fact that a lot of these right-wing manosphere weirdos, they all hate on comic book films because it's an easy target, because they know a lot of their fanboys are men, so they know that it's an easy target is to get them to hate these films and hate the people behind them. So that's basically the problem, is that these manosphere, they know their target audience, you know, and so that's what they get their hooks into it. But yeah, it's not because of, you know, any specific, you know, it's just because they just want to hate on anything that's not, you know, 100% what they support. But I have to think you'd have to be such a fucking loser to fucking hate on a film like to hate on a film in the first place, like, because it has, like, you know, something like, you know, like it's got like a story you don't like. Like, if you don't like the story, just don't fucking watch it, you know? Like, you have to be such a fucking loser to spend your time specifically hating on a film. Fuck this, by the way, I've given up with this shit. You have to be such a fucking loser to spend your time, like, doing that, you know what I mean? Like, you'd have to be sad as fuck to do that. So I don't know, I just think it's sad. Like, I mean, look, I'm not a woke, as you would say, person, and I wouldn't even describe myself as left anymore. But I had no issue with the film. Like, I had no issue with the film myself. Like, it was obvious that there were certain parodies. There was obvious, you know, the whole, you know, the Jar and Purr and Bravia. It's obvious that there were certain parodies there. But you could argue that there could be any parodies of any conflict throughout history. So, you know, okay, fair enough. So I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. I don't have any issue with the whole, you know, storyline of, you know, kindness, the treatment of, you know, of like an alien. You know, again, like, some people can argue that that's, you know, part of the storyline. I couldn't give a shit if people, if they did that. Again, I wasn't sitting there thinking to myself, oh, you know, they're trying to insert politics into my Superman storyline. Like, I didn't think that in the slightest. It's a fucking, Superman's always been an alien. He's always been an alien who came from another planet. You know, I get, you know, like, I never thought to myself, oh, you know, they're trying to insert politics there. It doesn't, like, who gives a shit? Like, who's looking into that? Who's looking at it like that? And like I said, with the Jarenpour Bravia thing, like, again, who's looking at it? Who sits there in the film and goes, oh yeah, those are Israel, Palestine, now I'm upset. Like, even though it's obvious that there is some parodies there, again, why the fuck would you care? It's a fictional film with fictional characters who have superpowers. It's not the real world. It's not an actual real world story, you know? So stop trying to insert politics into it, you know? It's as simple as that. But that's my issue with a lot of these dons. They just hate on everything because they can, and you know, they say the same stuff about Marvel films, don't they? You know, they go, oh, Marvel films are woke now. Like, bro, if you're going into a fucking comic book film looking to get upset, looking to be upset and be offended, you need fucking help, bro. You know, like, you need fucking help. You need to speak to someone. You need to speak to someone. You need to speak to a therapist if you're going to a comic film looking to be offended. That's crazy to me. You got into NBA 2K now? Oh, you should talk to JB about that, Caitlin. JB loves NBA. He absolutely loves that. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't bother. I didn't look at the film in any offense. I wasn't offended by it. I mean, as I said, I'm not right wing, but I'm not left wing anymore. Like, I would put myself firmly in the center at the moment. And I wouldn't look at it and go, oh, you know, that's again, there's nothing in that film it's just a fucking fictional film. Who gives a shit? Stop trying to insert politics. This is why I need to say these dons. Like, stop inserting politics to everything in the fucking life. It's sad. It just makes you hate life. Like, it genuinely ruins your life if all you can think about is where something or some, you know, where, you know, oh, is Superman Republican or Democrat? No one gives a fuck. Like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? It's a fictional character from a fucking film. That's about a fictional, you know, like, who gives a shit, bro? Who gives a shit? Like, oh, it's fucking, is Cat Grant, or whatever her name is she fucking conservative or liberal? Bro, who gives a fuck? Oh, Jimmy Olsen. Who did he vote for? Like, no, who the fuck are these dons who care about stuff like that? Who are the dons out there that sit there and genuinely get upset about this stuff and think about this stuff? I've never once thought to myself, oh, you know what, yeah, no, I wonder what these characters would vote. Oh my god. Honestly, something wrong with people, man. I guess it makes them money. Black Bag was that film we went to see, Rebecca. You know, the one with, like, the husband who was investigating his wife because he wasn't sure if she was a spy. Yeah, it was a cool film. I don't even know what my favorite is this year. I don't really have a favorite or anything this year. I've just kind of... I don't think I've seen a film I didn't like this year. That's good, but we haven't watched as many this year. This year, to be fair, we've actually been quite cut down on films this year. We've only gone to see a few of them. Maybe one a month on average. They saved my wallet. I'm not gonna lie, it saved me a lot of money. Fuck off, TV. I don't know why this happens, but every fucking night at the same exact time, it's like, oh, TV's gonna turn off now in 5 minutes. And I cannot figure out why. Because it doesn't have... I turned off all those settings to turn off automatically. For some reason, it wants to turn off at the exact same time every single night. And it's not like it's at like 12 o'clock midnight. It's always at like the most random time. It's like 11:44. The most random fucking time for it to turn off. I beg Rockstar in GTA 6, yeah, you need to have AI that you can put into modes or something, because then I can just have AI. I can make like a sumo with AI. That would be fucking fantastic, Rockstar. Like that would genuinely improve the game tenfold. I beg they let me do that. You've seen 45 films so far this year. That's quite a lot. Hey, F, what you saying, bro? I'm just chilling. You don't think you've seen a single James Bond film? It's crazy, Rebecca. I remember we were going to watch them, but then like they were free on Amazon Prime, and then they weren't free. They were taken off Amazon Prime, and I never got around to acquiring them. So yeah, I never ended up watching them. Why is Air censored? Is he? Oh, his name? Is it? It's not for me. Is this a wall broken? Because it never seems to do anything. This one here never seems to go up. Wait, there's a fucking offensive language thing on Twitch mobile now? Oh my god. The internet, bro. The internet's gone downhill. Everything's offensive these days. You're running back speed 3 at 10 FPS. Jesus Christ, that's something. The question is though, AF, why is it there in the first place? Like, even if it's always been there, like, why is it there? Why is it? Why? Who came up with it when they designed the app? They're like, oh yeah, you know, let's block offensive language like that. But their name gets offended. Like their name that isn't even offensive gets fucking blocked. That's dumb as shit, man. Someone needs to deal with these companies. Nah, imagine going on the internet and be like, nah, I don't want to see offensive language. Like, I can understand blocking things like, you know, the N-word and stuff like that. Yeah, fair enough. But like, why is it blocking other stuff, bro?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Oh, son of a bitch, go away. Get out of here. Imagine blocking something that assumes is as fuck. You know? Like, what the fuck is that shit? Oh yeah, how dare someone say the F word, you know? How dare someone say fuck? No, there's something wrong with this. Nah, this whole society, bro. Reset it. Reset it. We need to just nuke the world, start from scratch. Are people so offended by the mere mention of fuck? Does that upset them? Does that upset their sensibilities? That how dare someone even mention, even hint towards the fuck word? You know, like the whole point of existence. All right, the whole point of existence is to fuck. Let's be real. The whole point of existing is to fuck. That is the very basic point of being a human, is to fuck, right? And why are we censoring this shit? Why are we trying to hide, you know, the idea that from kids? Oh, we can't have kids know that people fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean that you can't have kids know that we fuck? That's the whole point of existence. Like, I'm sorry that your little children probably think there's more to life than that, but there's not. It's literally to fuck. Do you think that, you know, little fucking aardvarks and anteaters and shit hide their children from their nighttime activities? No, the fuck they do not. They just fuck. And their little baby anteaters and aardvarks and all that just have to put up with it. What is wrong with humanity? Something wrong with humanity, bro. I'm fed up with this world and how we censor stuff for the sensibilities of little fucking children who shouldn't be on the internet in the first place. Maybe if parents actually fucking parented instead of being worthless fucking cunts, maybe we wouldn't have to censor everything. Ten out of 10 mission. Wow, 10 out of 10. That was such an amazing mission there, Rockstar. You know, it really was something. 10 out of 10 mission. 10 out of 10. I mean, that was pretty easy. I'm not sure why that was even a thing, but. My favourite swear word is cunt, as is probably quite evident by the fact that I say it a lot. Cunt is a fantastic word. It's very versatile. You can use it in many ways. If you're in Australia, you can use it as a term of endearment. If you live in Scotland, you can also use it to an extent as well. You can use it quite a lot. If you're in England, You can still use it, but people will side-eye you a little bit. In America, you can upset soft cunts who can't handle that a word exists and cry about it. So that's also another bonus. So yeah, it's a great word. It's very versatile. You know, you can upset. I mean, no other word has such hatred from American mothers as cunt. So. If there's one thing I want to do before I die, is I want to go to America, and ideally I want to go to some like a southern city, well, ideally like a town, somewhere out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and I just want to start screaming at all the fuckers out there that are a bunch of cunts, because I know it will really upset them. So we can hope. That's my one thing on my bucket list, is to do that. Try not to get shot. Yeah, that's always a problem. See, I feel like in that situation you need to have some sort of way to you know, some sort of way to make it so they can't shoot you. You know what I mean? Maybe a bomb. That probably gets me banned from going to America. I don't care, I don't want to go to America anyway. You realise that one of your favourite swears was actually kind of homophobic? What one was it, Rebecca? It was kind of homophobic. Knob jockey. Knob jockey's still a solid word. Don't let the fucking word police stop you. Knob jockey's a great one. If we let the word police us, then we wouldn't be able to use the word bitch either, because it's misogynistic. And it has bad connotations and yada yada yada. We couldn't use the word cunt because again it's misogynistic. We couldn't use, you know, half the fucking words wouldn't be allowed to be used because it's all some sort of thing that upsets someone. You always thought it meant someone who likes to ride dick. I mean, it can be. I would say don't let people fucking word police. Because if you let people word police you, then you'll never have any words left. Apparently people use it towards gaming negatively. I mean, people use bitch against women negatively. Does that mean it's any worse than, you know, like, you can use any word negative. It's the whole point of a swear word. People need to, I'll be real, I think people need to stop being offended by so much stuff. Like, I genuinely believe that. Like, do I fucking have a fit and cry over people saying something mean to me because I'm a man? You know, like, I went on Reddit earlier, and half the fucking threads I saw was in somewhere or another people insulting men, like, for being, you know, there was one thread I saw where, because that, you know, that guy who, that top boy guy who raped someone, all I saw in that thread was people talking about men should be locked up, men should have to prove their innocence, men need to have fucking, like, days where they're locked inside. Like, do I sit there and get offended about it? No, I just go, well, it's a bunch of fucking weirdo, sado women who have nothing better to do in their life than cry about men being evil when the vast majority of men are not evil. It's just that, unfortunately, there is a lot of shit ones. But do I get offended and cry about it? No, I just go, well, whatever. They can say what they fucking want. So that's their right to say what they want. I don't give a shit. You know? There was another thread where there were people saying that men are fucking, Or what was this? That was something about fucking men having no empathy, you know, yada yada yada. They, you know, they're good for nothing. Again, why the fuck would I get upset about that? You know, like, who gives a fuck? It's a bunch of weirdos complaining online. So again, it's like, why do people get so offended about words? Like, I understand certain words because the historical significance of it. But bro, we can't have everything be fucking offensive, man. We can't let people police every little fucking word we say. Otherwise, where are we gonna go? Like, I'm fine with not saying the M word. That's fine. That's a shit word. It was used. It meant a lot of people had a lot of suffering from it. It was a horrible word. Good. Don't use it anymore. No worries there. You know, I don't use the F word either, the other F word, because again, it's like, you know, has a lot of negative connotations. You know, it was used very negatively for many years. But bro, are we gonna really start policing people and saying things like fucking knob jockey? Really? Fucking knob jockey? We're gonna start fucking policing people and saying stuff like moron or stupid because apparently, you know, though once upon a time were bad words for bad words for people. You know, like, people need to fucking chill. People need to fucking calm down. Telling travelers to get out of your workplace means you're racist. Does that mean you're racist if you say to someone who's black to get out of your workplace? It's like, if you said it because they're black, sure, but if they're being shit and you kick them out, who gives a fuck? Honestly, there's people out there just looking to be offended, bro. There's people out there looking to be offended. They're professional fucking, you know, they're like ambulance chasers. They're ambulance chasers. They follow you around. They follow around the ambulances looking for fucking times to be offended. It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy. I'm so fed up with it. Like, all I see every fucking day when I go online is people being offended by every little fucking thing. It's like, bro, there is actual oppression going on in the world right now. There's actual suffering going on in the world, and you're being offended by a fucking word that doesn't even, you know, like being offended by the word cunt or bitch. Like, I was reading this thread a while back. Genuinely, the whole thread was full of people crying about the word bitch and how every man that uses it is misogynistic. Every man who uses it is, you know, potential rapist. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what is wrong with these dons? Like, nah, man. It's just fucked. Like, these people just look to be offended by everything. It's like, why? Why? Chill out. It's not that fucking big of a deal. It's a word. Chill the fuck out. There's literal people right now being locked up. There's people in the Middle East being bombed. There's people in America being locked up for being immigrants or being, you know, whatever. And what these dons online are worrying about is whether you said a word that is slightly problematic. Like, really? Is that your problem right now? It's a slacktivist at its core. That's what these people are. They're slacktivists. You know, they don't actually want to stop something that's problematic. Or they'll say they do, but they don't actually go and do anything about it. They just fucking sit online and cry about it. But then, like, bro, like, there's way bigger things in the world to worry about than fucking someone saying knob jockey or someone saying bitch. Get over it. That's crazy to me. People are just too fucking crazy these days for my liking. What did he do? He was accused of rape. That's what happened, Rebecca. He was accused of rape. Obviously, he's not been sentenced. He hasn't been gone through court or anything yet. So, you know, until then he's innocent, but he's been accused, I believe. So, yeah. Sticky one for him, I guess. I mean, proof will go through when they go to court. That's when the proof will be delivered. If there is proof, it will be delivered then. way I look at things like this is that I always assume, I try to assume people, you know, I like to think that people are innocent until proven guilty. And I do try to, and that's what I believe is important that every society has, is innocence till proven guilty. But that doesn't mean that you still can't be wary and listen to what's been said. So when I hear accusations, I listen, I read, I stick it in my mind, and then I wait and see what it's done in court. The problem with rape is that it's not easy to prove a lot of times. And that doesn't mean it never happened, it just means that it was hard to prove. So unfortunately you'll find that a lot of people who are rapists are also people that have not been prosecuted in court for it. So it's difficult though, because you can't just assume that everyone's been accused is a rapist. But you can't also, you know, so ideally you would assume, you would have to, you know, you go by the whole idea of innocence until proven guilty, but then unfortunately in the real world it's a bit more grey than black and white. So it's difficult, it's very difficult with these situations. But there hasn't been any release of proof yet, because they won't release anything until the court session. You won't give evidence until court, and then you give your evidence then. So we'll wait and see what happens with that Don. But at the moment, he's accused. So I don't want to falsely claim that he is something he's not, potentially not, because obviously that wouldn't be right, and that could also open me up to charges and you know, potential liability. So I'm saying, so that's why I'm saying he's accused, but I can't say, obviously I don't know what happened in the situation, so I can't say he is or not. But you know, factually I can say he's been accused. That much I can say. As for anything further, that's up to the courts to decide and the jury. I know what you mean, Rebecca, because a lot of dons out there will do that where they'll like say, oh well, there's no evidence, you know? There's no evidence, because there's a lot of people do that with people they like. There's a lot of people out there that like certain people, you know, they like, you know, they have like celebrities that they like, stuff like that. And it happens a lot in football as well. Football is a big problem. It happens a lot in football because there's a lot of football fans are very defensive when you ever criticize footballers, and they will, you know, they won't like it when you say something, you know, that upsets when it's someone they like. So they'll say stuff like, oh well, you know, there's no evidence, or well, where's the evidence? It's just so he's just been accused, yeah, there's so where's the evidence? And they do that, and they don't do it in good faith. It's not a debate in good faith or a question in good faith where it's like, oh, you know, so he's just been accused, right? Nothing more at the moment. It's a lot of times these dons will say it like, oh well, he hasn't been prosecuted for it, so that means it did not happen. You know, factually it did not happen. Now, you know, in the eyes of the law that may be the case, but obviously the real world is a lot more grey than the law. So yeah, in the real world it could be that it happened, but obviously never got a prosecution. But that a lot of people will play that game of, oh well, you know, he has been proven, so yeah. And you know, unfortunately that does happen a lot. You'll be a high school graduate, get your free education finally. That sounds good, Caleb. I don't like how school starts so early in America. The fact that it starts middle of August feels really weird. Like, I feel like you should start it at the beginning of a month, not at the middle point of a month, but yeah, America's weird like that. Yeah. That's the issue, because again, the law is a lot more black and white in that sense than the real world. In the real world, there's a lot of people out there who do things and they never get prosecuted for it. They never, you know, they never get done for it, and that's just, you know, that's just the way the world is, unfortunately. But you'll never be able to do it one way or the other, because obviously if you start, you know, if you listen to every accusation, this is why I never liked the whole Me Too thing. Controversial, I know, but I never liked the Me Too thing beyond its initial. When it initially started, it was good because people got people talking and sharing their stories. But then it started getting to the point where every single Don that got accused was automatically treated like they were bad. You know, like it was fact. And I don't like that, because I do worry, because people can, if everyone can just make accusations and it's automatically believed, that's problematic, because it's free to make an accusation, and usually you don't get punished. It's very rare you get punished for making an accusation. There have been some cases in England now where people who've accused people of rape have now been prosecuted for that, and they've actually faced a similar term to what the rapist would have faced, which I think is fair. If you accuse someone of it and you get, and it gets proven that you were lying, you should face the same, punishment that person would have faced had they gone to prison for it. Obviously, if there was no proof one way or the other, then obviously nothing can be done. But if you get proven lying about it, you should face the same punishment, because I think the fact that you can ruin someone's life so easily by just saying something is crazy to me. So that's why I'm always very much in the belief of you're innocent until proven guilty, even though that may not be 100% true in the real world. We have to follow some sort of, you have to have some sort of laws, some sort of rules, because otherwise, again, people can take advantage. And unfortunately, what exactly do? You either go one way and you can get all these, people say, oh, well, people won't lie about stuff like that. People do lie about stuff like that all the fucking time. People lie about stuff like, look at these dons that, they have a bad breakup and they start accusing their partner of all sorts of stuff. This stuff happens way too often. If we start listening to every single claim and believing every single claim, this is the problem. So this is why my personal belief with things like this is to listen, to read, to understand, or try to understand, but don't just assume when you don't have, especially when they don't have proof. If they have proof, or they have proof that's good, you can start to believe it more, especially if it's gone through court and it's been verified. But especially now with AI and how easy it is to fake videos in the future, especially, it's already easy enough now. What happens if some don lies and says, oh, that this person did this to me, and then puts a video up and it's an AI video, but people believe it? This is what I'm saying. This is why I know that I understand it's a sensitive topic, and I understand that people, and I wish in an ideal world we would get these fuckers who do this stuff. But the problem is that you can't just start ruining people's lives off an accusation, and you can't just start ruining people's lives without it going, this is why I'm such a believer of it going to court, even though I know the courts aren't perfect, even though I know that a lot of times these things, people get off of it. Trump. I don't think that just, I don't know, I just don't like the idea that you can just ruin someone's entire life. And that's why, that's why I'm saying, I do listen, and I do go, and that's why with him, I don't have an opinion one way or another with him. I don't assume he's guilty, and I don't assume he's innocent. To me, when people get accused of these things, I'm just it could be either way. I'll listen and I'll see. And of course, it's difficult. It's a difficult situation, because you can say, well, what happens if your friend gets accused of something? Okay, you're not going to talk to that friend anymore. Fuck that guy, blah, blah, blah. But then what happens if that person turns out to be innocent? That person's lost their entire friends group. That person's lost all their support. And that person's probably lost their job, probably lost all that, they got nothing. And you can go back at the end of it and say, oh, sorry, bro, I listened, I thought you did it. But that person's never going to be able to trust you again. That person's probably never going to be able to trust anyone again. Not only has he lost his job, or I shouldn't say he, because it can happen the other way around as well. Not only has that person lost their job, lost their, their family, their friends, and you expect that person just to come back from that, from nothing. So this is why I'm very wary about, going too far, going too far. Unless if I see it, if I had a friend and my friend was actively touching women inappropriately, I'd be like, fuck you, bro, you're a fucking creep. That's cool, because I see it with my eyes, I can judge, I can make that judgment. But if it's a he said, she said situation, it's I can understand why people aren't so quick to just dump that person, because if that person really didn't do anything, you've potentially ruined someone's life. And some people say, well, that's fair to ensure the most justice for victims. But then you wouldn't be saying that if it was you facing it. You know, it's very well and good saying, "Oh well, that's fair. That's a fair cost to society." But if it means that more people get believed, if it means more, you know, more rapists and stuff get caught. But you wouldn't be saying that if it was you in that situation. If you're the person who's been caught, or not been caught, sorry, if you're the person who's been accused, and that person has, and you know, you're the one who's been accused, you lost your job, you lost your family, you lost your friends, you're not going to just say, "Oh, it's all good, don't worry about it, you know, oh, I understand. You're going to resent the fuck out of society for that. You're going to resent so much of society because of that, and you're going to hate everyone, and you're going to hate society. And that's a problem. So it's a very sticky one because, you know, it's not really, you know, there's no way to compel someone to always speak the truth. There's no magic truth serum. There's no magic way of, you know, conjuring up the truth. And so you're always in these situations, you're never going to be able to get it's always going to be a sticky one way or another. Someone's going to lose out. And I'm not comfortable, you know, with just non-stop believing everything that someone said. As I said, that's why I'm very much neutral about it. When I hear these things, I'm like, it could have happened. You know, let's wait and see what gets said, you know. Makes me a bit wary about that person, yeah. If there's a pattern of it as well, then that's a different story. If there's a pattern where multiple people who are not connected especially have made accusations, that's a little bit different. If you have, you know, someone out there, you know, and you know, as I said, you know, someone said something 5 years ago, then someone else said something 3 years ago, and someone, you know, completely different, completely disconnected people. It doesn't mean they're guilty, because again, people can still coordinate this shit. But it does make me, it makes me a little bit more wary on it. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit more sticky. A single time accusation out of the blue, that's one thing. Multiple accusations from disconnected people, that's when I'm a bit more, And especially if it's not someone rich and famous with money. If it's someone rich and famous, it's a little bit more sticky because, again, some people do that just to get money out of people. It does happen. So it's a little bit more difficult to make you know, to figure it out. But if it's someone who is just, again, no one, not really any money, nothing to really gain, then it's more sticky to me. As I'm like, so multiple accusations, nothing to regain from that person. You know, disconnected accusations at that, not just all a bunch of friends saying it, but like, you know, people that have no connection to each other. Then I'm like, And especially if there's any, you know, like you can see by the way they act and their attitude, and you know, if you have someone who's very dismissive of women and will treat women very poorly in clubs, you're going to be more likely to believe that than if you have someone who, you know, has always been very respectful of people and has never shown any concerning signs. This is the thing. This is why it's not black and white. It's grey. It's very grey. Society life is very grey, and this is the problem. It's very difficult to make these judgments. So this is what I mean by when I say I didn't like the whole Me Too thing. Towards the end, at the beginning, it was a great thing. It liberated a lot of people and gave people a lot of confidence to share. But I feel like towards the end of it, a lot of stuff, it became a bit more questionable. Some of the stuff people were accusing was very out there. And I was like, and I'm like, it's a bit sticky at that point. So it's a bit tricky. Kids doing that vapes and AI was a welcome to. Kids doing vape. To be fair, kids have always done bad stuff, Kaylin. Kids were smoking cigarettes for, you know, years, and weed, and, you know, kids have always been bad. The world's pretty much the same as it always has been. Just that we see it a lot more now because of the internet. The dude you know who was accused apparently had to pay someone to fuck him in the band room and said some fuck shit, so even if the accusation is true, he's still a weirdo. Yeah, that's the thing, like, the guy's still a weirdo, even the accusation isn't true. So it's a tricky one. This is the problem. So this is why I'm very careful when people get accused of stuff like this. I'm very careful. I don't say. I'm not going to say that the guy's. You know, if I see an accusation on, I'm not going to say the guy's a rapist. That's because I feel that's a bit. Again, it's like opens me up to liability for one, and I don't want to get sued. Not that it would get much from me anyway, but I don't want to be sued either way, but also because, again, I have no proof that he did anything, and it's at the moment, as I said, I'll wait until I see what the judge says and what the jury says. It's not for me to judge. I'm not the jury member. I'm not the judge. I'm just a random Don. It's not for me to judge this Don when I have no idea what's been going on. So yeah, unfortunately, people ruin it. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's the same thing with a lot of stuff. It starts off with good intentions and it gets ruined by people who just want to do it to take the piss and to get something. So yeah, I don't really like that kind of what stopped me with it. And I feel like problem with society is at the moment is that, especially with social media, the rise of social media, there's a lot of money and fame to be made in being viral. And that also adds another questionable thing is, you know, is that person being honest? Was that person wanting to make money? And it's sad because I hate that we have to even think that, but it's true. There are so many shameless fuckers out there that will do whatever they can to become rich and famous on TikTok. They'll lie about anything, even something like that. There's some things I don't think you should ever lie about. You know, there's some things that I think, you know, there's some things that you can lie about, you know, like little white lies, sure. But I think there's some things you should never lie about, and that's one of them. I think you should never lie about sexual assault / rape. I don't think you should ever lie about that. I think that's one of the most heinous things you can lie about, joke about, in a sense that, oh, you know, oh, that person probably did it. Oh, you know, that guy, you know, like, no, like, I don't even like saying stuff like, oh, that guy looks rapey and stuff like that. Like, yeah, some of these dons do look weird and they do look like they would probably do something. But I don't even like saying stuff like that because I'm like, it's still one of those things which is like, yeah, like, it takes away from the fact that there are real fucked up people doing it, but it also adds to the fact that there are people that will joke and lie about it, and then the lies and jokes. I mean, we've seen it with online. A lie or a joke can feedback loop until the point where people get killed for it. I mean, look what happened with the Boston bomber back in the day, back in 2000. Was it 12? Was it 12? Somewhere around back then, when or was it 13? It was somewhere around then, where that guy, you know, that guy in Boston blew up the marathon, and Reddit was on the case and found a guy who they thought was it, and it wasn't that guy, and the guy committed suicide, and he's dead now because of people online all, you know, feedback looping, oh, you know, this person did this person did that, and it happens so easily. There's loads of kids out there get stabbed and shot because of what he said, she said, you know. It's very easy to get, you know, stuff rolled up, and that's why it's so dangerous, and that's why I believe that, you know, you have a responsibility to only say these things if it happened. If it happened to you, you should, you know, 100%. If it happened to you, speak up. But if it didn't happen to you, God, you know, don't ever fucking lie about it. You know, it's fucked up, and don't ever fucking lie. Don't ever fucking joke about it, because people have been killed for just jokes and lies. And yeah, Rebecca, that happened. It was a very big thing back in the day on Reddit. It was one of the biggest shameful times on Reddit. It was just, I remember because I was in those threads. I didn't comment, but I was in those threads looking at what people were saying, and I remember when people found the Don that they thought it was him, and they found the Don, and I remember people posting his fucking, like, details. And next thing you know, it turned out he had committed suicide because he thought that everyone, you know, because he thought his life was over. He never did anything. He wasn't involved. You know? He never was involved. And he's dead. He died. And Reddit learned nothing because they do the same thing every time there's something big. These same dons are on there gossiping, and this is why so many of those subreddits, like the gossip subreddits and all that, and the snark subreddits, even on people you don't like there's a lot of that with H3H3, for example, Ethan Klein. Look, I know that people don't like him. I know he's got some fucked up views, but bro, don't be trying to get these people to commit suicide. Don't be fucking actively trying to, like, lie about their fucking lives, trying to report their fucking kids to social services, because people have died and people will die from stuff like that. It's fucking stupid. It's so irresponsible. You don't do shit like that. Troll them, sure, you can troll people. No issues with that. But don't be fucking lying about stuff that happened. Yeah, there was that lady, that Fox, that happened. Yeah, that was another thing that happened on Reddit recently, and people still haven't learned. Yeah, that lady who had the Fox Sanctuary, and so many people lied about what she was doing and lied about her intentions and you know, even some really horrible shit. And she committed suicide over it, and now she's dead, and now her husband's on his own, having to deal with, I think she had kids and dealing with the Sanctuary. I mean, people are sick to do stuff like that, and that's why I'm so... Like, I think if you're going to make an accusation, if it is truthful and you believe it is truthful, make an accusation, but don't do it unless if you know it's true. And don't feedback loop on it unless if you know it's true. If you've experienced, if someone makes an accusation and you've experienced it too, add to it. You know, definitely give your, you know, make your accusation too. But if you've never experienced it, you have no idea what's happened, and you've not actively experienced it, don't just add fuel to the flame. Because you don't know. You don't know if that person was being truthful or not. Some girl burned herself for views on TikTok. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. People are fucking stupid for TikTok. Fame and fortune is going to get a lot of people killed. And yeah, so that's why I'm like, this is why I'm so careful with stuff like that, because I think to myself, God, yeah, you know, you're going to get these people to, you know, again, like a lot of these people, they're just people living their lives, and a simple accusation, a false accusation can ruin their lives and ruin other people's lives. And that's why when that happened with H3H3, I was like, nah, that's fuck. Like, look, I don't like H3H3. I used to like some of his old content when he was younger. He had some decent content, like mostly him standing around in the fucking park vaping was sort of funny when I was young. But then he just lost it. He's not fun anymore. He's just fucking angry about everything in life. So I don't like Ethan Klein. My God, man, you don't target his children like that. You don't make accusations, false accusations to the fucking, you know, child services. You don't do that. That's fucked. You don't do that. You don't do that shit, man. I don't like, you know, a lot of these dons online, they're fucking idiots. But you don't do that. You don't try to fuck with someone like that. You can troll them, sure. Like, I'm all for people trolling Ethan Klein. Be my guest. It makes it angers the fuck out of him. It makes him have a fucking rage. It's rage bait. He gets really fucking angry about it and starts going nuts on his fucking podcast, sure. But don't fucking target his children. Don't fucking target stuff that's actually serious, you know? Fuck me, man. People are so sick. Her mum did it with her. What is wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people on TikTok? That's one thing they need to fucking ban. If they're going to ban something, they need to ban TikTok. But, no, I'm joking, by the way. I don't actually want them to ban TikTok, because that will just lead to more bans on things like Twitch, YouTube. It's a slippery slope. Like, I joke about banning TikTok, but I think we can beat TikTok through education of children and teaching kids to want to be something successful in life that isn't just a fucking YouTuber or a TikTok star. Oh, good shot. Oh, got both of them, yeah? Still got it. Oh! Let's go. Oh, still got the snipes, bro. Not as good as I used to be, but I still got some of it. Yeah, they're definitely very parasocial. They're very parasocial. People are way too parasocial these days and way too eager. I feel like, you know, the topic of, you know, being kind is punk rock. I think that is actually a very good point, because people now just live to shit on everyone else. Like, the second that someone does something they disagree with, or something, the second that someone makes a simple mistake. I was on a forum, Reddit. I was on the cat help Reddit last night, and some girl had her cat stuck in a car for 8 hours, and it was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. And all these dons were being so nasty to her because she was asking for help and what to do, saying, "Oh well, you need to take that cat to the vet right now, otherwise it will die." And she's like, "There's no vets. Like, none of the vets are open. I live in a rural area." And some dons were like, "Well, you can travel. You should travel as far as you can, even if it's up to 8 hours." I'm like, 8 hours? That's like from here to fucking Scotland. By the time she gets there, the vets will be open where she is. And they were getting so nasty about it because of this accident that happened, about how, oh, the cat's probably gonna die, yada yada yada. And I get it, but that's not productive. Like, it's not productive to start fucking shaming someone for making a mistake. Like, it wasn't her fault. Like, you know, like her mum had accidentally left the the cat had run into the car without her mum knowing, and shut the door. And that was all, and it's like, bro, the woman is already fucking in pieces right now. She's just trying to find help for her cat. What the fuck is she supposed to do? Go drive 8 hours to the nearest fucking vet? And, like, you can tell it's a lot of people that have never experienced it. The problem with the online world is that, again, it's a lot of people that have never experienced it. Half of them are fucking chronic shut-ins that have never experienced the real world. Half of them can't even fucking deal with the real world. They all fucking touch screens in the shop. They can't deal with anyone talks to them. And they have the fucking audacity to say, oh, well, just go to a vet who's 8 hours away. 8 hours, bro. That's for one, assuming that the person has a car, which, I mean, I'm assuming they did because the mum had a car, you know, it was the cat got injured. But let's say, you know, there's no guarantee. You know, let's say if the car was just, let's say it wasn't a car and it was something else. For one, you got to assume they have a car. Two, you got to assume they have the money to be able to travel 8 hours in a car. And then have the money to pay for an emergency vet. Not everyone has that. And there was a lot of people poor shaming too, saying if you don't have money, you shouldn't have a pet. Well, okay, then I guess that's why all those animals get stuck in shelters, because no one can afford them. It's the same as those dons that go, oh, if you can't afford to, you know, tip people when you eat out, don't eat out. I'm like, so you're just poor shaming then, yeah? Is that what you're saying? You're poor shaming people. It's something that's really picked up on in the last few, for me, is just how everyone out there is just so eager to just cancel and to shit on others and to make themselves feel better because their own lives are shite. It's like, bro, is this what the internet has become? Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. Left, right, it's all the same. They're all the fucking same. It doesn't matter what political position, you know, political affiliation you are. It doesn't matter. It's all the world. The world is full of people that just want to hate each other. Just because. And I find, okay, sure, you know, right-wing people are a little bit more likely to be like that. But it doesn't mean that left aren't. There's so many left-wing dons out there who are the exact fucking same. They're so quick to just hate on people. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So yeah, the whole thing about kindness is punk rock. Yeah, like I think that's a good you know, thing to say. Like, it's true. It's like, you know, maybe people should try to be more kind to each other again. And I'm not saying that you gotta go and fucking kiss someone who wants you dead. I'm not saying you gotta go out and hug a Nazi. But you know, just on an everyday basis, just be a little bit nicer to each other. You know? It doesn't cost anything to be a little bit nicer to each other. It doesn't cost to not be a dickhead. Yeah, guinea pig subreddits. So yeah, guinea pig tree. Any of them, to be fair, that happens with rabbits. They're all like that. It's like if you have anything that's not optimal, it's crazy. And especially because a lot of times it's people in third world countries. Like, you know, like I've seen that as well with someone who had like a hamster, and they had like one of those like plasticky hamster setups, which are not ideal. You want to have like a big massive container with a deep substrate for hamsters, right? But she was in a third world country. She couldn't afford or have access to buying big, massive, you know, specially made hamster containers. You know, that was the best she could do in her country. And people were so fucking nasty about it. And you know what's really funny? A lot of the times, it's people that would go nuts. If you said, oh, well, the third world is a shithole, for example, you know, the same people that got really offended. I'm not saying that's the case, by the way. I just want to clarify. But a lot of times, these are the same dons that got upset at Donald Trump for saying that, right? Because that's what he said. He said, he said third world countries are shitholes, right? A lot of these dons that get upset about people not having the optimal setup for their animals in third world countries are the same people that got really fucking offended when Donald Trump said that. How fucking dare he? How dare he say that? But yet, they will be the first to say, oh, well, you shouldn't have an animal if you're from a third world country. It's like, well, what is it then? So do you care about the third world or do you not? Like, do you care about people from the third world, or do you just do it because you know you can get yourself, you can kind of be a, you can virtue signal and all that. You can be like, oh, look at me, I care, I'm anti-Trump and all that, and I care about these issues. But then yet they're the same dons that are the second that oh, someone gets a guinea pig and a small setup in the third world. Oh no, how dare you? Like, what is it? So do you? And these same dons are the same dons who'll be like, they'll never, they won't poor shame. Poor shaming is bad, but then they'll be the first to poor shame when it's something they don't like. And it's the thing I figured out is people are hypocritical. People, the vast majority of people are massive hypocrites. Left, right, doesn't matter. They're the massive hypocrites. It's crazy to me. So people just like to hate. People just want to hate and just bring other people down for the sake of it. And it's really sad. It's really pissed me off the last few months. So you can probably tell by the way I talk about stuff and the way I've been so pissed off by how people are about other people. And it sucks because it never used to be like that. The internet used to have trolls, yes. And the internet used to have horrible people, yes. But, God, I remember how fun everything used to be. I remember when I used to go on, like, fucking albinoblacksheep.com or whatever the fuck it was called, and see the comments. And everyone there was just calm. Everyone there was just having a good time. We were excited, chilling online and having a good time with each other. I remember Reddit. Reddit used to be so much better. It used to be a lot more nerdy, but it used to be a lot, and I know nerdy people can be a bit fucked. No offense to nerdy people, but they can be a bit stuck up. But it was, again, everyone was a lot more polite. Everyone was a lot more nice. Albino Black Sheep, the fuck. Yeah, that used to be a website that used to have lots of games and cool stuff like that. And cool different things. A lot of pet shops, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the pet shops will sell that stuff as well, which is like direct your frustration and anger towards pet shops. That's what I think you should do. If you have an issue with the way that things like that, go and direct your anger at them. Have them, protest them from being able to sell that stuff in the first place. Don't target the poor fucking person who didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Pirate Bay alternative. Nah, it wasn't like games like that. It was like Flash games. It was like a place that people used to go for like Flash games and silly little Flash animations and stuff like that, A lot of people probably don't even know what fucking Flash is anymore. If you ask a lot of younger people today, they probably don't know what that even is. I'm sitting there saying, oh yeah, Flash games. If anyone watches the stream, like any 10-year-old watches the stream, they're like, what is a Flash game? Want to load up their little fucking, their iPhones and their Androids with all the built-in apps. Yeah, Flash games are fire. They still kind of existed a little bit, but they died out. They've fully died out now. Like I remember actually that's one of the reasons I got Android. A little bit of a side thing, but that's one of the reasons I got an Android in the first place. If you ever wondered like why I went Android, it's because back in the day you couldn't run Flash on Apple devices. Steve Jobs was very much against that because of security, and I get that. So he was all about, he was about moving on from that. But Android, you could download a Flash, and so I wanted an Android phone. And that's one of the reasons I went for it, is because I could play games on my Android phone on websites. Obviously, that doesn't matter now because yes, HTML is king for that now, and there's a lot more. I remember what HTML was like back then. You didn't have half the stuff you have now. Half the stuff you had to do was for Flash because HTML was so basic compared to now. Now people really take it for granted now how fleshed out HTML is now. And same with CSS, JavaScript and all the new stuff that people use, React and all that stuff. It's so fleshed out. People do not realize how how different it is. When you used to go to these websites back in the day and you'd have just pure HTML. Back in the 90s, just pure HTML. Loved it. Absolutely fucking loved it. Websites were so much better when it was just pure HTML. Everything was easy to find. Everything ran so quick. You had none of that slowdown that you have nowadays. It was beautiful. And then CSS became a thing, more of a thing. And still, early CSS, I'd say up to about 2012, 2013 was when it all started going downhill for me. Before then, even then, like, websites had such a basic level of HTML and CSS that it all went downhill when they started using more and more JavaScript, more and more interactive elements. JavaScript became more of a thing in websites, and then when they started using things like React and all the modern stuff, it just changed the game, and now every website is just laden with shit, and it loads slow, it uses a lot more bandwidth, it uses a lot more battery on your phones. Bring me back to the good old days of a basic HTML page, maybe with some basic CSS just to readjust the page size on mobiles and then desktops. That's it. I don't need any of this flashy shit. I don't need all this flashy all this crap on top. Just give me the basics, baby. Yeah, YouTube, that was a big thing when YouTube switched to HTML for videos. I remember that was a huge thing because YouTube used to be entirely Flash, and I remember when they changed it, it was like wow, this is crazy. I remember when YouTube also started accepting X264 files, right? Which is the most common way that people encode stuff now for for like streaming and stuff like that, is X264. I'm streaming right now using X264. And it's everywhere. But I remember when that first started hitting YouTube and how you could suddenly have much bigger videos, much higher quality videos, and you could stick videos onto websites. Before then, bandwidth just wasn't there. Like you didn't have websites full of videos. If you were lucky, you would maybe get some shitty little flash, like an X262 encoded video in Flash, and it looked like something from a PS1 game. If you were lucky, if you got that. If not, you could download. Usually you'd have to download the videos and run them on some sort of video player on your computer. People don't realize how easy it is now. Like you can slap anything onto a website these days, like any video you want, and it's super easy because every device has a built-in decoder for that, and it looks good enough. Yes, Flash was just very outdated, Rebecca. You have to remember with Flash, it was insecure, massive security vulnerabilities, but also you had to have a separate piece of software on your machine. You'd have to download Flash. It wasn't just built in. It wasn't just built into browsers, where like browsers can just like with HTML, browsers will effectively read it and then display it how the developer intended it. The browser does all the work, right? You didn't do that with Flash. Flash was a separate plugin, and so you had to have the actual application on your computer, and then it would run it. But it was a very insecure, and a lot of people didn't update their Flash for years, and it just led to all sorts of issues. So it was bad, but it was just how it was back then. That it was a lot more common back then for there to be different formats, different competing formats that people would release. They would release plugins and stuff like that, software, and it would plug into your browser, and you would use that. People forget. Like nowadays, the internet is so uniform. It's so uniform in the sense that nowadays most people view their stuff through apps. Most people view stuff through apps these days. They don't use web browsers, like kids anyway. Older people still use web browsers a lot more, but the web's a lot more uniform. Everything works the same on one website to another now, pretty much, because of the basic, all these HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, they all have things built, they all have the functionality now to do stuff like that without needing to do anything crazy anymore. Like back there. Obviously, you can still do crazy stuff. You can still, the mobile operations missions need to do research missions, right? I'm not 100% sure if. I can't remember, it's been so long. But yeah, you can still make custom stuff, but it's just a lot more likely that nowadays you'll just kind of build it with the limitations because you don't really need, like, as I said, individual plugins and stuff anymore. Like back then, you know, half the like HTML was so basic that you couldn't just you couldn't just put you know, videos on your website and have them run. You couldn't do that. You had to have plugins. And so the world is so different now that it all just works for the most part. It all just works. Obviously, the people behind the scenes having to build that shit they're not having a good time. Like, I like web development when I was younger. I kind of got into web development when I was very young, but I lost interest in it because it started getting more and more more and more flashy. I liked it when it was HTML, CSS. I loved building some, you know, websites with that. You know, obviously just, you know, no massive backend. I never learned PHP or anything like that, so I never did all the backend stuff. But front end, I used to like making little basic websites front end wise and just to stick stuff on. That's what a lot of people did back then. You would just make a website. You would literally buy a domain. You would make a little shitty website, and then someone would find it, put it on before Google, before search engines. You didn't have like search engines. You would have I can't remember the name. Like, they're basically just big lists, and people would like curate lists of their favorite websites. So if you made a website with something fun on it, people would find it eventually, or occasionally find it and curate it, and then put it on their little website with a little curation. And then eventually these like search lists became a thing, where these big lists full of like websites, you know, like search directories became a thing. But early on, it was much more like you would find a website you liked and you would just stick in a list, and people would find your website. And then it was much more closed, a lot more smaller. You know, it was great, and you would kind of see the same names sometimes. There would be certain people that you'd recognize because they would be the same name, and you'd see them. You know, they would make a website, then they'd make another website, and they would be involved with something, and you would see all that, and you'd kind of remember them. They would be posting about something they did on like a little very basic version of a blog. It wasn't like today with WordPress and all that shit. It was just you'd update your website and stick it in a new box, in a new part. Well, not really a box. You just stick it. Wait, you know what I mean? Like, you'd stick it in a new section. It wasn't, you know, you didn't have all the fancy, you know, div and all that you'd have nowadays. We can move it around with CSS. And so it was just like that. That was it. And you would just search around. You'd find, you know, websites. You'd find like a website about movies, for example. Good example, you know. And there were people with, you know, curating a list of favorite movies, but then they would also curate other websites. They would put other websites on there saying, oh, you know, this guy, he really likes, this is a really good website because the guy who made it is really into horror films, and he's watched every horror film 7,000 times, and he knows every detail, and he's putting detailed analysis up. And you would then see that and go, oh, I like horror films. You go there, and then you would see his stuff, and then you would have, you know, that website would usually have stuff. Oh, you know, this website I found has really good comedy, and you would go through these websites and just click one by one, just going through it. It was great. It was a great fucking time, and it was such more hopeful and a lot more. You know, don't get me wrong, there was dickheads back then too, but it was a lot more positive. It was about spreading stuff for the joy of it. It wasn't about making money. None of these dons made money from their stuff. It was you paid for a web server yourself, or more likely you hosted it yourself. You know, a lot of these dons would host these things themselves, and it was great. And then it was great. It was great. And then search engines came along. Google, especially when that came along, that changed. People don't realize how big Google was. Like, Google changed the fucking game. Like, before that, search engines were shite. Google changed the game. That's why it's so big. It wasn't just by chance that Google became big. They became big because they did something really good. But then that also changed the way things were with the internet. People became a lot more, it was more about it wasn't as much back then, but it became slowly about getting higher in the search rankings. You know, it was all about that. And nowadays it's all about that, you know, SEO and all that stuff. It's all about trying to figure out a way to make your stuff as high in the search rankings as possible. Same thing they do on Twitch now, YouTube. Everyone is trying to metagame the fuck out of everything to make it as visible as possible. And it's ruined the internet. It has, and it's like the shitty people that are willing to clickbait, they're willing to do shitty stuff like that, they get more popular. The people that don't want to clickbait because they don't want to be a shit person, they don't want to be a shitty, they don't want to do something that they wouldn't want to see, they don't get anywhere. They're less popular because they won't do that. But the shitty people that clickbait, they get rewarded for it. So why wouldn't they? The internet is all about rewarding the wrong activity, you know, the wrong behavior now because it rewards people who are shitty. Same thing with TikTok. You know, the more stupid you are on TikTok, the bigger you get. And that's exactly the problem. The internet has become all about promoting stupidity, promoting selfishness, promoting really shitty views like the manosphere. You know, whereas it used to just be a bit of fun. Use some old Buffy forum, and it's still really active. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are very staunchly like forum fans. They love it. You can't replace a forum. That came a little bit later. Forums came a little bit later. But yes, eventually people started building software that would allow you to make posts interactively on the website, on instead of just it being like a basic, you know, basic HTML website. People started making software that you could then, you know, people could then make comments and then eventually make forum posts, and that became a whole big thing. And people and again, that's a little bit later on in the world, in the timeline. I love the forum era of the internet. It's fantastic. Galactic Phantom, hello, what's up? Yeah, I love the sorry, my throat's getting really fucked up. I also love the forum era of the internet. That was also a really good part of the internet, because you had people with like-minded interest all grouping together. You had proper moderation. You had proper. You could ban someone from the whole website, move on. You know, you had a lot more control over the forums than over things like Reddit. So a lot of forums would have their own custom like systems. You'd have like money systems. Some forums had like money systems where you could build up money. That's one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of having like money on the stream and money on the Discord, although I don't do much with the Discord one anymore. It's because I grew up in that era where forums had that. I grew up in an era where like you'd go on a forum and every time you posted something good, you would get like some money or like some cookies or whatever the currency would be called, or people could give you them like your stuff and give you that, and it would then unlock you in like levels and stuff. You would unlock new levels, and those levels would give you more permissions in the forum, and so you could go. Maybe at first you could only respond, you couldn't make a thread, but as you leveled up, as you got to the next level, because you got enough cookies or currency or whatever, you could then make a thread. And it was really well done. You don't really get that on Reddit. You know, I know it's the thumbs up, thumbs down thing, but it just gets abused. Everyone just thumbs up stuff that they like and thumbs down stuff they dislike, which is not how Reddit was originally supposed to be. Reddit was supposed to be, if it added to the conversation, and it was, even if it was something you disagreed with, even if it was something like saying, like I disagree with, say, I don't know, let's say if the comment was something like I don't know, let's say I believe there should be less immigration, right? Everyone now will just downvote the fuck out of that because they disagree with that on a certain type of subreddit. On the other type of subreddit, they'll upvote it, whatever. But that's not how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, you know, so if a topic was like, oh, what's your belief on immigration? What's your views on immigration? And do you think that it should be increased or decreased? Or say the same. And if someone said, I believe that immigration should be decreased because, you know, the strain on doctor services, on the country, the effect that, you know, bringing in large amounts of people of different culture into your culture can negatively affect your culture. You know, that's a fair argument to have. Whether you agree with it or not, that's a fair argument to have, and that's a good piece of content that should be upvoted even if you disagree with it, right? If you just said, I think immigration should be cut because I hate immigrants, that should be downvoted because that's a shit argument. It's just stupid. It's just a stupid piece of content, or, you know, it doesn't really add anything to the conversation. It's just you being a, you know, or let's say, you know, immigration should be cut because immigrants are bad. Like, that doesn't help. That's not a good piece of content, so that should be downvoted because it doesn't add anything to the conversation. But if someone gives a good reasoning and explains their views, that should be upvoted. That's how Reddit was supposed to be, right? But then it's just turned into, oh, well, I disagree with something, so I'm going to downvote it. Oh, I don't like your view, so I'm going to downvote it. So if you go into, like, a conservative subreddit, it's just full of people voting up conservative viewpoints and disliking anything that's not the talking point of that day. And if you go into a more like kind of either a more mixed subreddit or especially a more left-leaning subreddit, you'll get people that dislike anything that's even just remotely conservative, which is wrong. Even if you dislike the view, as long as it adds to the conversation, it should be upvoted. That's the whole reason why the upvote system's there, is to help keep shitty stuff out and keep the good stuff, you know, actual good, you know, debates up, you know, good comments up. And that's where it went wrong. Reddit's gone wrong because people people don't understand that. They get told that. It literally tells you that, but people don't care. People will dislike something because they dislike what the message is, even if the message is sound, which is stupid. So, yeah, Reddit used to be good. If you viewed Reddit, say 2000 and I don't know, let's say, because Reddit was Reddit replaced Dig. It was Dig, and then Reddit became a thing. I think it was Dig anyway. So if you viewed Reddit early on, maybe I would set it to maybe 2011. That's what it was primarily was. People actually following the whole point of it. So you had a lot of good debate. Like back then, you had good debate and good, proper, in good faith debates, because everyone understood that you may not agree with everyone, but you can agree on a way that is civilized, and you can discuss your points civilized and agree with the idea that, hey, I may not agree with that point, but I'm going to upvote it because it's a good point that they've made, and they made it in good faith. But now it's just, that guy who's a Republican, dislike. Oh, sorry. Oh, that guy's a Democrat, dislike. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Oh, sorry. You have to source or steal supplies on all the missions. Ah, that sucks, bro. You should do it. So I wasn't gonna get political. I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna get political, but I just it's not really political. It's more the sense that I'm talking about like how I miss the old internet, where you could have these discussions in good faith. Also, what the fuck am I trying to... I'm just like flying around. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to do. It's because I'm so... You know what happens when I start talking about something. You know me, I yap on. But that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's not about politics. It's about just people being able to discuss stuff like civilized people in good faith without, without just being dicks about it. You know? But now it isn't like that anymore. It isn't like that, and I noticed myself going down that same path, and I started becoming like, me, I still don't like, I don't like certain people, in the, in certain countries, certain presidents of certain countries, but, like I noticed I started going down that path of, if I disliked someone's opinion, I would just be like, dislike, and then I just started realizing, like, that's exactly the problem. That's exactly it. I was doing the exact same thing these other dons were doing. And that's when I've had that self-reflection.
Okay, we'll need to pay.
And that's why in the last few weeks, last few months, but last few weeks especially, I've just been I've been trying to like change it up again, like kind of go back to how I used to be, much more in the middle, much more, it's about good faith, it's about good debates in good faith rather than just, winning and losing. Like I still disagree with a lot of the views, and even some of the stuff I've said. Like I've made a point of, I still disagree with it. But, as I said, I don't think there's anything wrong making I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing a view in good faith, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even if someone else doesn't, even if I don't agree with someone's view, I shouldn't, I'm going to try to be a lot more open. I won't like agree with it, but I'll be a lot more open to the idea that you have that, that's your view, that's fair enough. As long as it's not like a view that affects people in a very negative way, like, let's lock up everyone who's not white. That's a dumb view. That should be downvoted. But, if you have a view on something that I may not agree with, I'm not gonna just bark at you because, your view shit. Like, it's whatever, As long as you have a good reason for that view and you can discuss it in a fair way, I'm not gonna be a dick about it, There's a lot of stuff I disagree with on all sides, and it's like, I'd be hated by everyone. I love that. I've never had like a home when it comes to politics, because like everyone hates me for one reason or another. I'm either too right wing on some things and I'm too left wing on others. It's like no one fucking likes, but that's the problem. Like, why are people so so extreme these days? Why can't people just be like, you know what, fair play for you sharing your view in a reasonable, decent way, and that's it, you know. So that's what the old internet was like. It was much better. Big up RDR2 for keeping you company. Nah, AF, I was gonna play you know those new modes. I was gonna play those adversary modes tonight, but like I gave up because I tried doing both of them and no one joined, right? And I was like, when you came on, I was like, oh, I could try again with you, but I just know what happened. All the random dons won't join, so I was like, nah, there's no point. We're never gonna get it. We're never gonna get it. We need to wait for like when Brassy and Dean. Well, Dean's back. I think we have to wait for Dean to come back, and also when Brassy's on, and then we'll have enough people. We'll have like 4 people, and then when we have 4 people, it should be easy enough to get randoms. You misheard me saying that as knock up, and it was done start before you misheard. No, but no, this is my thing about it. I'm just sad that this is where the internet is these days. It's all about just people being at each other's throats and negative, and no one's positive anymore. Everyone's just negative. It's all about getting W's. It's all about getting clips. People care more about giving other people L's. Back in my day, that was when you'd own someone, you know, you'd own someone. But now it's all about giving people L's. It's sad. It's really sad. I love the old internet. It wasn't perfect, and there were some awful people on there, but at times. But my God, man, was it fun? I'd say the worst thing about the old internet was the the worst thing about the old internet was probably more the casual racism that you would have on there. The amount of videos that you would have on different places that were very obviously very racist. But, you know, no one questioned it. Nowadays, people are a lot more just open about their racism on the internet, which I don't know if that's better or worse. Probably worse. Probably actually no, maybe better actually. People being, I guess, better if people are honest than pretending behind your back. But no, that would probably be the worst thing. It was probably the casual racism that used to be there. It was a different era. So some things were worse, I'd say. But for the most part, it was a nicer place. I also think that having comment sections on every website has made things worse. Like every you don't need comment sections on every bloody website, alright? Like if I ever go on my local newspaper website, oh my God, the people on there are nuts. The people on there are fucking diabolical. I've never seen anyone so diabolical in my life. Like, you're so angry. Oh, we're gonna change the bus service. They're gonna change the bus service so it's there's an extra bus every hour. And then these people are like trying to make out how that's bad. Oh, what about the cars? What about, oh, there's another bus in the bus lane. Another bus lane blocking up cars, stopping people from getting to work. It's like, bro, calm down. It's an additional bus every hour. Like, calm down, bro. It's not the end of the world. These dogs are getting angry about it, like losing their minds. It isn't healthy, man. China or Russia should drop an EMP and cut off the internet. The one advantage the internet has is it was designed originally to be to survive nuclear war. When it was originally being designed in the 70s at was it DARPA? It was originally being designed to sustain to survive during a war. So, you know, even if you took out, you know, half the web servers in the world, there would still be, you know, web servers. As long as there's at least one web server on the world, it would never go down fully. I think the internet now is impossible to kill off. Alright, that's another 200,000. Nice, I made another million tonight. 1 point. Ooh, we're gonna hit a new number here. Ooh. Yo, 1.31 billion. 1.31 billion. Whew. We're getting there. We only need another 90 mil to get into the 1.4 mark, and then we need another 100 after that to get to 1.5. I think it's doable. I think, although I'm not going to try to grind it, I think it's possible that I will hit 1.5 billion before GTA 6. Because I still need to do those Cayo Pericos, God help me. But I've got to do them. I need to do... How much is it? I need to do 32 million's worth of Cayo Pericos. And then I can call that one complete. And then I've got Diamond Heist to do. I've got to do 47 million dollars worth of Diamond Heist. That's going to be way harder. That's going to be way harder. Because I need to actually sit down and do that. So you can help with Perico. I appreciate it, but I've done Cayo Perico hundreds of times solo now. It's not a problem to do it. It's just I don't want to do it. It's not a question of difficulty or anything. It's just a question of I don't have the will to do it anymore. It's one of those things I'll do in a couple of months probably, and then I'll just power through it. I'm never getting that casino one done though. That mission was ridiculous. Maybe I will actually. What ones have I not done yet? I don't want to do that. Bounties, don't want to do that. I don't want to do bounties. Oh, you need money. Story of most GTA players' lives, I guess. I think there's one thing that GTA players always need, and that's money. Oh, I can't lie. I kind of want to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to do. No. Am I really that? Is GTA really that stretched for content right now that I'm thinking about doing drug wars? Oh no. No way. I'm not doing drug wars. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not even thinking about it, am I? Am I? No. No, I'm not gonna do it. Maybe I will. Drug Wars DLC?
Yo, what you need? Yeah, I got it.
Am I really gonna do Drug Wars DLC? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Or maybe I will. There's a new movie out called The Ugly Stepsister, which is quite good. It's a body horror take on Cinderella. That's cool. Ah, that's cool. It sounds good. Never heard of it, so. That was good. But will I do the Drug Wars DLC? Bro, I can't lie. We might have got to the point now in society, in GTA Online society, that I might have to do the Drug Wars DLC. I might have to. I can't believe I'm even considering it, but I might have to do it. All because Rockstar won't give us anything good. Still, I've got a lot of stuff I need to do to tick off in my career, so I'm just going to work on that. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping sometime this week we can get enough people on that we could do the Motor Wars and some of the other ones. But again, it just depends if we can get enough people on. I think that, Sumo we might be able to do with just 2 to 3 people. We might be able to get a Sumo going, but Motor Wars, I don't know. That might need 4 or 5 to get enough people to join. Again, if you could play with bots, that would solve many of the issues. All right, cool AF. I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know what I'm planning on doing. I'm probably gonna do Fortnite tomorrow, but Sunday I'm not sure yet. It depends who's on as well. Like if other people are saying they're on, I might. Yeah, but I'll let you know. I want to get back into streaming now. You're a few thousand away from the Acid Lab. Yeah, the Acid Lab's a good business. So you should definitely, once you get it, you should definitely do it. You should definitely do it. It's probably one of the best businesses in the game. Hmm. I really want to do, I really want to try one of my new levels I'm making. But again, it needs people. It's the only issue. I've been making a few levels, actually, that we could play. With just a few people. Primarily, I've been making a Survive the Wedge level where you have to survive in pantos or issies or briosos against people in a wedge. And that one can work because you get 5 respawns, so that can work with a few people. But it can also work with a lot of people. But I also want to make like a escape the wedge, sort of like the hunting pack, but wedges instead. With some respawns, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. But I've got those in the works, but I need to try them before I can release them. But I'm hoping there will be some interesting stuff to play. Also, one thing I've also looked at is I miss doing those avalanche modes, and I've made a kind of an avalanche where it's like the avalanche respawns. So that'll be interesting if I can finish that up. Basically, I'm just trying to think of new ways we can actually play the game with like 3 to 5 people, because you can't rely on randoms anymore because like randoms don't play the game. It is what it is. No, you know what? Yeah, I've been going through a lot of my old videos. Hey, him, what's up? What are you saying? I've been looking at some old videos, like, because you know I've got those hard drives, yeah, full of videos. I've been looking at like old videos from 2021, when we used to do like LTSs and stuff, like 2020, 2021, 2019. And my God, man, they were fun. Like you forget how good they were until you watch them. And then you're like, wow, like, that content was so much fun. I wish we could get like a full game going with like an avalanche or something again. There we go. 50 grand. $45? Oh yeah, it's 45, isn't it? 45 grand, should be 50. You've been, Red Dead's been stealing you. It's too fucking good. Yeah, Red Dead's pretty fun to play. It's an amazing experience the first time you play it. It captures you in a way that a lot of other games don't. It's why I'm so excited for GTA 6, because Rockstar will put a lot of the stuff they put in Red Dead in GTA 6. So I feel like it'll really like capture our attentions for a very long time in a way that GTA 5 just didn't. Oh, I did solve it, yes. I actually I did solve it. So what I did, oh, this was fun. I rearranged some stuff on my SSDs, on my internal SSD on my PS5, and got a little bit more space from that, and it gave me just enough space in the game. It was like 95%, right? I was able to make a clip, and then I was able to go through, and I've gone through now about half of the clips and got the screenshots I want out of them. I can show you actually. I've gone through a few of them. some of them I'll use on videos one day. Some of them I won't. Some of them I'll just put in like randomly in like a banner or something I want to make. So I want to make a banner for the Discord and a new banner for the YouTubes. So yeah, I've just been like getting screenshots. So I've managed to go through half of them now, and yeah, it's been pretty good. Right, so some of them I will use, some of them I won't. Just kind of getting clips of what I like. I like that one because it's of Dean burning. Sounds a bit mad saying that, but it's with Dean burning. I think that'd be quite fun to have as a banner, maybe. I'm sure Dean would love to be in the banner burning up. He'd be in one of the little in one of the little sections. He'll be burning, and he'll be like, "Oh, I love that." There he is, Dean. So yeah, I've gone through half of them now, so I can get new thumbnails, thankfully now. Of that, but God, it was a fucking trek to do to get it to work. There's Dean with me in the background, just casually doing that. But yeah, I got a lot of Dean, because I wanted some of Dean, for stream purposes, for a lot of things. There's some good ones there. That one was fucking chaos. I'm not gonna lie, that one was crazy. I love the zoom in of my character. Like, look at him. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, and there's Dean looking crazy as usual. Nah, I love it, man. I love it. I love the editor. I think it's great. I hope that the editor is in GTA 6 because you can get some great screenshots. Like that, I like that. That's a good screenshot there. I think that's gonna be in one of my new banners. I don't know if Twitch will like that, but I think that'll be in one of my banners. Me running over this Don. So yeah, I've managed to get half of them done. I got some close-ups for banners. Got some more further ones out for like thumbnail potential. So I've done a lot of them. Took a while though, so I think I've still got 20 or 30 to go. 30, I think 30 to go. But I'll get on with that at some point. I've been doing it kind of bit by bit. That's why I've been on the last few nights. Like if you see me on GTA but not streaming, it's because I've been doing that. I've been doing that, cracking on with that, getting those thumbnails. Or for the future videos that I'll probably never actually upload because I have 10 terabytes of videos from the stream. 10. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna edit that? How am I gonna edit 10 terabytes of videos for YouTube? Absolute regret. Absolute fucking regret not doing it sooner. So 10 terabytes of footage. Crazy. Crazy. Something realized by the movie you recommended is if you try searching up a bunch of porn videos pop up too. Probably not for me though, because in the UK they're all fucking censored now. You have to have a VPN to see that shit now. Yeah, I don't do Kaios anymore. And when I do, I can't lie, I don't think I've ever done a Kaio preco for anyone else. I've always been very much of the opinion that you have to earn your own money in the game. And you've got to know the only way you'll make money in this game is if you learn how to make money. It's like with the old thing with Jesus Christ. The old if you teach a man to fish, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for life, kind of thing. So I've always just taught people how to make money. I think I've done a good job of that. I think a lot of people here have learned over the years. I don't want to sound fucking big-headed or anything, but I think people have learned from what I've done, either by watching me or from asking me questions, to become rich, and a lot of people are now very wealthy on this game because of that. But I've never just done the easy thing of just giving people money in GTA. Sorry to say, there are people out there that will. You'll be able to find people on Twitch and all that that will be happy to do that in exchange for whatever they, you know, people on Twitch, you know, they're like, oh, give me a follow, give me a sub, whatever, I'll do that, whatever. But I'm not like that, you know. I just, for me, it's, I'll help people learn, and I'll help people sometimes with things like getting businesses done, or if they have a heist they need to finish, I'll help them finish the heist. But I don't just do it for, you know, generosity. I don't just do it for, like, you know, oh well, because I can give them loads of money. It's just not how I play. And I think that's probably the best way to be honest with you. Shop. Bottom dollar. I don't really want to do bottom dollar bounties. I might have to, you know. Oh, import export, actually. I haven't done that in a while. Sell 50 vehicles in perfect condition. Oh, I might as well get on that then. Hate import export, but I'll do it. But no, that's just how I am. The stream has always been about teaching people. I don't think he's here anymore, by the way. I don't think he's here anymore. There's what a lot of dons do when they hear that. You know, they hear, oh, can you do this for me? No. Bye-bye. I think it's because step sibling stuff is like, yeah, I think it's just because it's probably like a bit taboo. It's like the basic white person's taboo. You know, a bit kinky, but not too kinky. It's like having a I don't know, pumpkin spice latte. You know, it's a bit too extreme for some people. It was the most extreme some people will go. But no, I think. I just want to say I'm disappointed with how. I'm disappointed with how streaming has gone in the last like 5 years. By the way, I just want to say that because it never used to be that bad. Like, you know, when I first started streaming, most people were open to just playing, or you know, just to have fun, or open to playing because they could learn how to make money. But I feel like the last 5 years, especially since COVID, it's all just become about. It's all become just an exchange. You know, it's an exchange of, oh, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you, kind of thing. It's quite sad, you know. Oh, cars, but I don't really want to sell anything from a collection, you know. I like having the full collections. I don't want to sell them. But nah, it's just sad to me though. That's where streaming's gone, you know. That's where YouTube and streaming's gone. It's all about greed these days, man. All about greed. It's not about the love of the game anymore. I swear I have it in my rules, or do I need to have a bigger disclaimer though? I need to have a bigger disclaimer. Because how do you see your fucking I don't know why I'm swearing on that. How do you see your chat rules again? What is sharing chat? What is that? Verify your phone number? Hell no! How the fuck do you even see? I swear there used to be a way to like see your stream chat rules. If you like, I don't think you can do it anymore. That's annoying. No, unless she doesn't show anymore. That's annoying. Well, that's fucked. That's fucked up, isn't it? Oh well. Yeah, I've not got much else to say. I'm just disappointed, you know. Like, I'm so disappointed that that's where streaming has come to these days, where people just want one thing. Actually, oh, you know what? That meme. You know that meme of like men just want one thing and it's disgusting. I need to edit that and put viewers just want one thing and it's disgusting. And then whenever someone comes in, and it's like, make me money. I can just put it up and be like, there you go. That'd be great. Actually should do that. What I might do as well is I might put notes on, and everyone who does that, I might put a note on their name, so that if they somehow find me again when GTA 6 comes out, I can be like, I remember you. I remember you. You just wanted money. That's all you wanted from me. You just wanted money. You just wanted my fucking... You just wanted my body. Literally, that's what they want. They just want my body. They just want me. But it's like, what I'm trying to figure out is, why would you need me for Cayo Perico? Because Cayo Perico is fucking piss easy. Like, why would you need me for that? The funny thing is, had they stayed around, I would have just told them how to do Cayo Perico. I would have just told them. Like, I would have said to them, oh, if you want to do Cayo Perico, you can do it on your own. Here you go. This is what you need to know. I could have just told them that. They could have done it on their own and made money. More money than if they play with me. But I guess then you need to do it yourself. You got to actually do the work yourself instead of just joining someone else and fucking taking what they've already put in. Nah, it's actually fucked up. Nah, if this was like I can't lie. If this was 5 years ago, I would have been so rude. I would have been so... I'm trying to be a better person, you know? I'm like, you know, like Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, you know? I'm like... He's like, Peter, my boy, how are you? And he's like, trying to be better. That's me right now. I'm trying to be better. But if this was 5 years ago, nah. I would have been like, who the fuck do you think you are? Come in here. Expecting me to do your fucking heist for you. I just realized I've got like a time limit as well. But yeah, no, I'm trying to be better, trying to do better there. Thank you, Otto. But yeah, I'll have to make that. Yeah, I'll have to make that. Note to self, make that. Viewers just want one thing. It's disgusting. No! You... Luis Lopez? Is that you? Oh no, I thought he was wearing the Luis Lopez jacket. He's just wearing a vest. It's a shame. You never got to witness my Bully Maguire era. Nah, that was a crazy time. Because like back then it was obviously the middle of the pandemic. So I started chatting, I started like adopting like roadman-isms, mannerisms, I guess, into my speech. And it was just, at first, it was just for a bit of fun. But then it ended up actually sticking, and so that's one of the reasons I still say I say bro now, still, to this day, whereas if you watch me pre-2020, I never said bro, and actually I used to hate the word bro. I used to fucking say how much I hate the word bro and how people say it every 2 fucking sentences, and now I do that shit thanks to COVID, so thank you, COVID. But yeah, it was around the era, and I started, like, yeah, just being a lot more quick to... I was much more quick to anger, and I'm much more quick to speak my mind, and I could be very quick to roast people. I'm not proud of it. I'm kind of proud of it. I'm kind of, but kind of not. I'm kind of proud of it, but I'm kind of not proud of it. Like, I'm embarrassed by it because, yeah, I shouldn't be getting that angry about other people, and I shouldn't be blowing up at people like that. But the same part of me, the other part of me is like, oh, but you know what? Fuck it. Like, it was fucking hilarious. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. It's like fucking... It's like the symbiote inside me wants me to explode on these fuckers. Pause. Well, maybe not pause, actually. That's like... I mean, yeah. Why not? Could be fun. But... Yes, I remember that was... I fucking timed out Brassy for 6 hours back then because he said... He was just complaining about the definitive editions. I said, if you can't be positive... I don't want you here. I timed it out for 6 hours. Oh my god, man. That was like one of the lighter parts. That was like probably one of the better parts that time. Yeah, some of the other dons I fucking went nuts on. It was like the roadblocks. I fucking lost it on them. Oh my god. That fucking... That was... Yeah, no, I remember what you're talking about. It was just... That one was more crazy. The Brassy one I just brought up because it was Brassy. That made me laugh, but... I do remember there was a guy who said something about, yeah, Roblox and how it looked like that. And I was like, bro, it does not look like Roblox. Like, yeah, it doesn't look the best out. It's not like Rockstar went and, like, redid the whole game in GTA 5's graphics or Red Dead Redemption 2's graphics, but it doesn't look bad. It just has some issues. But it didn't look bad. I mean, it's still to this day, I play the definitive editions more than the old editions now, and I'm still like, yeah, this still looks good. Even on the PS4 version, which is not as nice as the PS5 version. That was like the yeah, I think, yeah, that would make sense, because I remember a lot of people found me during that period. Was when because a lot of people wanted to watch the definitive editions, but there wasn't any other streamers really playing it. Like, usually when a game comes out, there's lots of big streamers playing it, and that takes most of the views. But that wasn't the case with this with definitive editions. It's like normal, especially GTA 3. Loads of people were playing San Andreas, but very few people wanted to play GTA 3. So I got a lot of views from that. Yeah, it was crazy. I remember that. Oh no, I wasted some supplies. What a shame. But yeah, no, that was crazy. I used to be so much more. I used to be a lot more like, yeah, quick to anger, a lot more willing to shout. I remember Dean. There was one guy that I shouted at because I was pissed at him because he was so disrespectful to Rebecca, and I remember Dean found it hilarious. He recorded it. And part of me's like, nah, I shouldn't have shouted at the Don. Like, the Don was fucking disrespectful to Rebecca, but it's like, he was just some young Don, you know. But the other part of me is like, you know what? Sometimes these young Dons need to be told off so they don't behave like that. So I'm of mixed views on this. I know AF loves it. AF fucking loved that version of me. The version of me that used to fucking violate him on fucking Discord all the time when he would say something. Nah, it's a different era. He wasn't saying anything to, I don't think. He was just like running a he was running a rover. You know, LTS, right? BMX versus stunters, where BMX versus snipers, where a group of people are sniping and the other group of people are stunting, right? It was that, and he kept running her over the bike, so she just kept dying. And I was like, bro, for one, why are you disrespecting her like that? Why are you targeting her in particular? Probably because she was a woman. But two, it's so disrespectful to the rest of the team. And I just like went off on him. I was like, bro, you are a fucking joke. You know, you need to stop being a little fucking prick, whatever, whatever. Yeah. Which I still think he was being a dickhead, but alright, that was alright, I guess. It was the best era. It was a good era, I'm not gonna lie. Like I miss a lot of it because I do miss the banter of that era. We were, you know, the banter was good, and it was a lot more carefree with stuff like that. But it's not the streamer I want to be. That sounds really cliche, but it's not the streamer I want to be. I don't want to be a streamer that just fucking... I hate saying that as well. I don't view myself as a streamer. I'm just someone who streams, but I don't want to be someone who streams who just fucking, you know,
This city's crazy. Scumbag!
gets into arguments and, like, you know, slags off other people and shit like that. And I don't want to do that, you know? I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that, you know? Because it's not good for anyone. It's not good. It's like, it doesn't reflect well on anyone, and I don't want to do that. And also, I want to be more, as I said, I want to be more positive. I want to be more, like, you know, decent and supportive, and, you know, I want to have fun, you know, not get into arguments with, you know, dons. So nowadays, when I get annoyed, I just don't say, I just don't say anything about it and just move on. I was more energetic, now I'm just a fat old man. That's really rude, bro. That's really rude, you know? Hey, I may have gained some weight, bro. I may have gained some COVID weight, but I'm losing it. I've been good, bro. Soon I'll be back to my prime. Probably the first 1v1 with you and JB or Inarticulate. Inarticulate's pretty good. That was a great moment. That was a great one. Hey, it's historical. You can always say that about it. It's historical.
You piece of shit. I'm so
It's in the moments to remember, which is pretty good considering I've streamed for like 10,000 hours or some shit like that now. No, not 10,000, 5,000 hours. Sorry, I've streamed for 5,000 hours now. Getting a moment that is remembered is pretty difficult. So yeah, getting a moment that's remembered is a W. It's a proper W. Sorry, a fat bald old man, bro. I'm not even bald. Actually, as I said, I have really thick hair, bro. I just shave it a lot. I shave it because it's easier to maintain, but it's also easier to moisturize it. I like to keep my head moisturized. And I tell you what, have you ever tried to moisturize long hair? You have to use fucking oils, right? Like coconut oils and shit like that. I hate oils. I hate like that kind of stuff. So I hate that. But you know what works really well for your head? Lotion, right? So lotion is fantastic when you can cover your head in it. So I shave it all off and I lotion my head, and it's lovely. I absolutely love it. The best feeling ever, you know, when you've just covered your head with lotion. It's fantastic. It does, however, get everywhere, so you have to wear a bonnet or something like that. Shower cap, a bonnet. But it's a great way to keep your hair nice and moist. It sounds mad, but it's true. Yeah, long hair is an absolute pain. I used to have, not like long hair, but I had longish hair. Down to like my shoulders, which, you know, for a guy is fairly, like, for a guy that's not into, like, you know, metal and all that stuff. Because those are typically the people that have long hair. I realize that people into really, like, into metal and rock, like really, you know, hardcore rock. Usually the dons that have the longer hair. But for a guy who wasn't into that, I was one of the people with the longer hairs, like one of the guys with long hairs in my school. The only people with longer hairs were people into metal and all that. And so I used to get the piss taken out of me. It wasn't even that long, bro. It wasn't even that fucking long. I still had people take the piss out of my hair. People take the, you know what's funny is people took the piss out of my hair when it was longer, and now people take the piss out of my hair now that I shave my head. It's like you can never win. You can never win. Like, you know, if you have your hair longer as a guy, people take the piss out of you. If you have your hair short and shaved, people take the piss out of you. It's crazy. Did I get called emo? No. No. People, there were emos in the school, and they were very identifiable because they all were, you know, very dark black. They, you know, they wear like the mascara and stuff around their eyes and stuff like that. Their hair would be all dyed as dark as possible. Sometimes with a smidge of, like a very smidge of colour sometimes, depending on what they were feeling like, some of these dons. So I never got called emo. But I had the people take the piss out of me for having long hair. Usually people would compare me to like fucking Beatles and shit like that, which was fun, I guess. And different people from, you know, like different people in rock and roll from that kind of era, you know, that kind of timeline. So Beatles and stuff like that. So not the worst comparisons. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so upset. I don't give a shit. But yeah, people would compare me like, yeah, like a mop top, but like, yeah, down to my shoulders. I didn't like having my hair cut. I never liked having my hair cut. I still don't, and that's one of the reasons why I don't go to a barber. I partly that and money. I just think to myself, I'm not wasting fucking 30 quid or whatever for a barber. So I just shave it, right? Because it's free. I don't have to pay for it. I paid for the shaver a while back and it's free, so free to use. I guess I gotta pay the electricity, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so that's how I've been doing it for years. I've been trimming my own hair for years now, and then I just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna shave it all off. In COVID, I just decided, fuck it, I'm shaving this whole thing. Because I used to keep it down to like a number two, or maybe sometimes I think when I started, I did 3. I did number 3. Whatever length that is, I would trim my hair to that when I first started cutting my hair. I remember when I went to school, when I went to school for A-level or for GCSE results, everyone was like, what the fuck? Because they saw me and they're like, who the fuck are you? Because people were so used to my hair being long or longer. Like, you know, people had never known me not having like longer hair. Since I started in secondary school, I'd had longer hair. And I went in and I had my hair down to like number 3. And people look at me like, what the who are you? And then they recognize it, oh, it's you. Oh, it's Ryan. Like, yo, what are you saying? And it was hilarious. No one ever thought I'd cut my hair. And then I kept it at number 3 for years, and as I got older, I started trimming it shorter or cutting it shorter and shorter. I went down to a number 2, and I stuck on number 2 for years, and then I went down to number 1, and I've stuck to number 1 for years. So my hair's got progressively shorter and shorter and shorter. So whenever people see me after years, they're like, wait. So because my hair's all shorter. And then on my current trimmer, I have a number 0, which is like 1.5 millimeters. And so I've just been trimming it down to that. And then now I've just decided to just shave it. So I have a skull shaver type thing, you know, where it's like you know, like beard trimmers. You know, you can get like beard shavers that have like multiple little like circular blades, and they go around. Like, it's like that, but it's bigger and it goes on your head. And I use that once a week now, and it keeps it like very short. It's lovely. It's such an easy thing to look after. I should wear a green shirt and blue pants, become a boldy basic, but the downside you're fat. It'd be the boldy the fatty. Bro, that's so rude, you know. That's so rude. I'm not even that fat, bro. Like I'm like old school fat, you know. I'm not like American fat, bro. I'm like old school fat. I'm like old school British fucking drink too much beer fat. I need to lose it though. I do need to lose it just for my own health. I'm like Dean, you know. Like Dean's also losing his fat because he's like, yeah, it's not good for his health. So I need to be like, except I'm not like Dean though. I can't stick to these like crazy diet. Well, not crazy, but he's, you know, he's extreme. He has a diet where he's like, he sticks to it. I can't do that. I just eat less calories, but it's the same shit I would usually eat, just less calories. So I still have McDonald's, but instead of having like a fat ass big arch, I'll just go for the standard Big Mac instead. That's usually, that worked last time I lost weight. I lost a lot of weight that way. Just by having less calories. Who would have thought? You can't lie, it's funny. You had short hair this year or like a year and a half. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like when you have one style of hair for a long time, then you change it and go the complete opposite extreme. It's really weird, but it's funny as well because yeah, people, the way that people react to you is interesting because they're just never expecting it. So going from like extremely short to like long or long to extremely short is like, yeah, it's crazy. I do like seeing people's reactions though. I did enjoy like when everyone was like, what happened to you? Like they just could not believe I had changed my hairstyle after 5 years of just having, yeah, like a mop top, old school style mop top, to having a number 3 level trim. And my hair was really good too. Like my hair naturally, I can just brush it and it will stick up, and not in a bad way. It stays up. You know, like how some people will have to put like product and stuff in to get their hair to stay a certain way. My hair naturally will stay up nicely, so I can trim. I can, if I keep my hair maybe about a 3, maybe a 2 or 3, especially maybe even a 4. I can have it and it stays back so nicely with just a simple brush, no product, no having to wet it. Just simply brush it. Love that. And it was really nice, and people would ask me at school, like, how do you keep your hair like that? Like, what do you use? I'm like, nothing. It's just how it is. And they couldn't believe that because for so long my hair had been, like, unruly almost. And they just could not believe that I was able to, you know, cut my hair in one time and it would be fine, like, perfect. So that's what I did, and then I just kept it at that. I would just keep it at that level. And then I grew it back out once after that, actually. I grew it out quite far. But I don't know, I think it was after 6th form, and I was a bit lazy and I just couldn't be bothered to cut it. And I remember I grew it out and I didn't trim it. I didn't have any, like, what they call bangs in America, or fringe or whatever here. I didn't cut any bangs or any fringe, so it was all very long, like even length, because it had been cut to an even length before, and it was all even length all the way around pretty much. And I remember I just kept pushing it back, and so it was actually a really interesting style. Like I never thought I'd look right with that. I liked that. It was nice. It was really interesting having my hair pushed back like that, but longer. But yeah, I just over the years I just got less and less interest in maintaining it. I just couldn't be fucked. Like, washing longer hair sucks, especially when it's hot and humid in the UK. The last thing I want to do is stand in a shower and wash my hair. And I hate the feeling of wet hair on my head anyway. Like, I hate that. So I would then either need to dry it like crazy with a towel or use a hairdryer, and I hated doing that as well. So I just got to the point where I was like, fuck this, man. I don't want to do this. And Rebecca has that even more, because obviously her hair's a lot longer, and so she has to do. I feel bad for her when she comes in, because her hair's all wrapped up in towels, and she's just like, hair's wet. I feel bad for her. I hate that. So I swore I'd never do that again. And since then, since 2013, I've never had longer hair than maybe a number 3, or maybe a number 4 on a trimmer. And then, like I said, the COVID came along, and I just said, fuck it. I wasn't going to see anyone. So I said, fuck it, I'm just going to shave my head. And I loved it. I don't know, I shaved it, and I was like, wow, this is so freeing. Like, the feeling of having cold air on my head. Oh, my days, man. That's the most amazing feeling. Sucks in winter, I'm not going to lie. But in summer, when it's fucking hot, oh, yes, when your head's shaved and you get the cool air on your head. Oh, when you're walking outside and it's boiling hot. You have to be more careful, though. You have to wear sunscreen and shit like that, or wear a hat. But my God, man, it feels so fresh. So I am fucking in love with it. You have to use a special conditioner and comb in the shower, then you have a hair. Nah, see, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I was just. I just got fed up of it. I got fed up with it, and the fact, the amount of money you spend on conditioner, shampoo, all that stuff, having to get, you know, keep it nice and neat. It's so much, and I just said, fuck it, I can't be bothered. So my laziness as I've got older has definitely influenced it. Like, I would love to have my hair grown out. Like, I've always wanted to grow my hair out, maybe like Sonny Crockett, you know, like the original Sonny Crockett from the Miami Vice TV show, maybe season 2 length. I always wanted to grow it out to that and have it like styled like that. And then part of me was like, oh, maybe season 1, but I just don't have it in me anymore. Like, I could do it easily. My hair's good. Like, I got thick, luscious, I'd say, hair. Everyone always compliments me on how thick my hair is. It's just, yeah, I'd have to maintain it. I'd have to, like, you know, grow it longer and maintain it. I'm just like, nah. It's so easy to keep it shaved. It's so easy. And I've got a decent head for a shaved head. Some people have got, like, real egg-shaped heads. Some people got really long heads. I think my head's a good shape for it shaved, so I can get away with it. But I can fully understand if you've got like an egg-shaped head, yeah, you probably would want to keep a bit of hair. But I think my head's pretty good shape for it, so maybe you'll see it one day. Like if I do stream with a camera, let's say with GTA 6. Haven't decided yet, but I might. You know, I have the camera. The camera's sitting right here. I can turn it on anytime I want. But I have to have the right time to do it. So maybe you'll see it then, because I probably will have a shaved head when I do that. I'll probably have a shaved head. Although I do wear a bonnet. I'm not gonna lie, I do wear a bonnet. But you might be right. Why would you wear a bonnet when you got no hair? Trust me, if you moisturize your head, I don't want it on my fucking headset. I don't want it on my chair. Bonnet is fantastic, and I love wearing it. I love wearing a bonnet. Honestly, love it. So I do wear a bonnet. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure you know that'll be I'm sure AF's gonna have some jokes for that. But AF should have no jokes for that because his beloved Kasiga also wears a bonnet. So you'll be calling me Lex Luthor. I mean, that's fine. Lex Luthor's better than being called fucking fat baldy. Like that's the worst part, is getting called fat baldy by AF. But I don't care if you want to call me Lex Luthor. That's cool. I don't mind. Call me a lot. I don't care if you call me like fucking Mr. Clean for I give a shit. Like, doesn't bother me. But yeah, I like having my head shaved. I could probably go and get myself like a very like a razor and like do like a very clean shave if I wanted to, and then wax it kind of. I could do that as well, but I don't need to at the moment because my actual hair is still thick. So I just keep it shaved. But in the future, if I start to have receding hair, I will probably just wax it and go full like bald. But at the moment, it's more of a shaved head. It's more of a shaved head than a bald head at the moment. But in the future, I may go and make it full. It just depends what I feel like and if I feel like doing it. It's not something that's it's not something I need to do right now. But yeah, see, AF just fucking calls you fatty ball, like. Honestly. Funny thing is, I don't even know how I'll look if when I start streaming with a camera, like, that's what, May next year? I might be fucking muscular as shit by then. I might be fucking muscular as shit and have a luscious head of hair by then. Probably not, because I'm too fucking lazy to go gym, but that's besides the point. At least he isn't calling you big. Yes, it could be worse. It could be worse. Being called big is the worst. I'd rather someone call me fat than big. Oh, that's the worst. That's the fucking... I've never been called big. But... I think that's the most fucking... That's the most... disrespectful thing you can call someone, is calling them big when they're fat. Just call me fat. And again, I'm not even fat, like I'm not American fat or anything like that. I'm just like old school style, like where I've got a bit more weight than I should. That's about it. If I was about 3-4 inches taller, I'd be pretty much in my set in the correct weight spot. But because I'm slightly on the shorter side, you know, in the 5 foot range, heartbroken. Nah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about height. Some people, oh, I'm in a 5 foot range. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. Like, some people get upset about that. Don't care. But yeah, if I was in the 6 foot range, no, I wouldn't be considered fat. That's what annoys me. If someone drove by stream, call me Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls? I know, I'd be up for that. I'd be fine with that. That's calm. That's calm, you know? Being called Biggie Smalls. Yeah, nah, people really, nah, that's the thing, yeah. People really gun. I'd say height is probably the more thing that people gun for now. Like, most people don't give a shit if you're fat or not anymore. People just judge you on your height, which is really sad. Because, like, why the fuck would you care about someone's height? You know? Like, the only reason I'd want to be taller is just purely so I could, I don't even know why I'd even want to be taller, I guess. Like, if I was in 6 foot range, I guess I could maybe reach the top shelf a little bit easier, but I can usually still reach the top shelf anyway. And I guess, yeah, like being taller would suck if you're on like a plane or something because your legs are being bent. So yeah, you know what? Actually, it's not that bad being shorter. It means I never have to worry about my my legs being crushed. But I know that for people who are taller, it sucks for them on the plane. Yeah, it's definitely less so for women. Actually, I'm glad I'm the height I am because because Rebecca's quite short, right? She's really short. She's like 5 foot. So if I was like 6'2", it'd be like a foot and a half, or not foot and a half, foot and 2 inches, like, difference. It'd be insane. Like, I'm already way taller than her, and she already has to look up, and her neck probably hurts from it. So I don't want to imagine what it'd be like if I was an extra like 5 or 6 inches, and I was like firmly in the 6s. That'd be mad. Imagine being 7 foot as a woman. Fuck that. Fuck that. Imagine being 7 foot as anyone. That'd be horrible. Your poor legs. Dome and donut. I like that one though, to be fair. Yeah, that's a good one. Nah, Don's gonna be so disappointed if I rock up with a luscious head of hair. Actually, you know what? This might be a good one. Maybe I should have like a stream award where I shave my head. Because I honestly, that'd be a great reward because I'd actually be up for that because I'd shave my head anyway. So people, if they want me to shave my head earlier, I can shave my head even earlier. I don't mind, that would be great. It will actually remind me because I sometimes forget to and it grows out a bit. And if it grows out too long, you have to trim it again before you shave it. You can't shave it when it's too long with the shaver I have because it just fills up with hair. And you have to like turn it off and you know, empty the hair out all the time and it's horrible. So I'd have to shave it down. I'd have to trim it down first and then shave it. So yeah, it would actually give me a reason to keep shaving it actually. So yeah. Fat W that. There was a chick at your school that was 6'8". Oh, 6'8" as a girl would be horrible. Because yeah, like every guy is shorter than you pretty much, so you'd never be able to. I know how big that is for girls, how height is such an important thing for a lot of girls, so. The Wax Walnut. Bro, I like these names though. Like, the Wax Walnut sounds like a great name. That's a fucking legendary name, bro. I actually would consider changing my name to that on Discord and Twitch. The Wax Walnut. Yeah. I would know someone else has probably got it, but that's a great name. I'm gonna bank this money. But it's something I'm glad I do it. Like I do miss having, you know, hair to play around with, but it's just not worth it for me. So I just keep it nice and short. It's so nice right now. Oh my god! And Rebecca loves the feeling of it. That sounds mad as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like everything I've said tonight sounds mad, but she loves to rub. She loves to rub my head. That sounds mad as well, but she does. She likes to rub the head, my head, and she loves the feeling of it. Like, cause it's like when you shave your beard and you rub your face, it's like smooth, scratchy. It's like that for the whole thing. So she'll like rub it and it'll be like smooth, and then like the whole way back it's like scratched, like scratchy, and she loves that. So it works out for me quite well. Double chin diesel. Oh my god, that's a good one as well. Double Chin Diesel. Nah, honestly, if someone was a fat bull guy, that's a great name. Like, that would be a fucking amazing Twitch name. Double Chin Diesel. Like, imagine going into someone's stream. Imagine seeing someone's name is Double Chin Diesel. I actually might take that, bro. That's fucking genius. That's a genius fucking name. I actually kind of want that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even have a double chin. But I want that. That's a great name. That's a fucking legendary name. Double Chin Diesel. Fucking glorious, that. Alright, then let me turn off GTA then. Fuck GTA. Oh yeah, let me go on my, I'm gonna show you what I've been making. It's not finished yet, but I want to show you some of the stuff I've been making. When I go off. Just gives me a reason to stay on stream. If you're a tall woman and you're not a dominatrix, you're fucked. Yeah, tall women just have a bad time. Being a short guy sucks. Being a tall woman sucks. Let's have a look. Fucking names, bro. The names are terrible. I never change any of them. Soon? What the fuck is this one? Oh. Survive the wedge. Oh yeah, I made figure 8 random, which is like a random figure 8 race. So I was like, yeah, we could. This is I'm starting because this was like a test one because I've never made a race before, so this was a test one. Well, at least not a proper race. So I want to start making some like bigger random races, you know, with some chaos. That could be fun, especially the mega ramp. That could be really good. So, but this is I've been working on this one, and I need to test this with people online. So when we get like 4 or 5 people online, I want to test this. But it's an interesting idea. The testing is fucked though. Like if you test one team, so one team, oh, for fuck's sake. Bro, how are you supposed to test it if it just fucking kicks you out? There you go. So one team, obviously the AI is stupid, so they're not going to play. But the premise is you got to avoid being hit by the fucking wedges, right? One team has got up to 27 people, the other team 3. I was playing around with the whole uneven team aspect of the game. But I think this could be quite fun. Obviously the bots are fucking dumb, they don't understand what's going on, but I think this could be fun. And this scales really well from like about 5 people to 23 people, or 27 people, or 30 people even. So I need to test this out, but this is actually, I've played something similar to this and it's actually really good. Trying to dodge the wedges. I just need to make the place look nicer, put some trees and shit, you know, make it look nicer. I can't test. This is what annoys me. I can't test the... Well, I can. It just doesn't work properly. If I test Team 2, which is the... See, I can't test. I can't test the wedge. You see what I mean? It doesn't let me test the wedge. It's really weird. So I don't actually know how it plays. You can force it, though. It's set. Is it set 1? I think it's set 1. The Blob Father. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man! Like, fucking hell. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, by the way, the enemy wouldn't have pistols. It's just for some reason they forced the enemy to have pistols. But in the normal round, there wouldn't be pistols. So yeah, you would basically drive around and you'd ram the fuck out of the thing, and yeah. But they do respawn. They just don't respawn in the test, but they are supposed to respawn. Oh, it's very easy to fall off. Holy shit. I didn't realize how easy it is to fall off with the wedge. It would be cool if they let you modify the actual map, but yeah, they don't let you do that, sadly. Even building this is difficult because of how broken the tools are these days. Yeah, I built this to be so that you can respawn, so it's not like a last team standing where you're like one and done. Because when you only have a few people, that sucks. It sucks so much when you've got only maybe 5 people and that's it, you're dead. So I wanted to make something where you could respawn. You can't get out of the vehicles. You're not supposed to have any weapons. Obviously the test gives you a weapon, but you wouldn't normally. If you go out of the area, you instantly die, so you'd respawn quicker. It wouldn't be like you're stuck down at the bottom. So yeah, I want to test it. Once we have maybe a few people online, we can do that. Again, it scales. Normally, there's only one wedge. So up to 10 people, there's one wedge. Up to 20 people, there's 2 wedges. And up to 30 people, there's 3 wedges. So it can scale to 3 loads of, to 27 players or 30 players. But I don't know how easy it is to kill everyone yet, or if I should change their, with their weapon selection, their vehicle selection. Is the Brioso good enough to get away from the wedge? I don't know. And there's no way for you to retest that because the AI is thick as shit. So, yeah. As you can see, they're all at the bottom of the map. They're all just sitting down there. They have no idea what's going on. So that's one of the things I was working on, and I hope to test that out with Rebecca at some point when she's next on. I want to test that out with Rebecca or Dean when Dean's next on. See what it's like, and then once we have enough people on, we can do that as a proper actual mode. And I think that could be a fun mode to play even when we just got a few people, and we can make it like a consistent thing. We can make it a consistent, a weekly, like a monthly thing. I mentioned it before. I want to have like a monthly event where we do, I want to have teams that people get put into where they don't get a choice what team is that they're in, because obviously that means everyone's going to want to be on the same team, or they'll want to be on like a team without JB or whatever. It's like, I know how it's going to work because it happens every time we do the Christmas event or the Halloween event. Everyone picks the teams that they kind of group up together away from JB or from someone, they don't want to be with. So it would have to be like a forced team thing. But I was thinking, yeah, if we could do like a monthly event where, yeah, we can just play it and have like a mini tournament, that could be fun. And it has to be a stuff that is fun. It isn't like overly competitive. So this is one of the things I want to do, although I'm not sure how we would do it yet. But it could be something that we could do. And then I also have this random race, which I've not finished, but it's very quick fire. It's just a tester. But oh fuck, I don't want to do that. But I want to make a mega ramp, but this could also be one of the races we include. Just something simple. Again, nothing complex. I will make some complex ones. I do want to make some more complex random races in the future. But I wanted to make just a tester, but also quick fire with a little bit of like a standard figure 8 track. So yeah, I haven't worked on any of these since before I went on a holiday with Rebecca. Well, yeah, on holiday, I guess. Had a holiday, I guess. Took a holiday with Rebecca. So I've not worked. Same with the Minecraft server, by the way. Just a heads up. I've not worked in the Minecraft server. That's why it's been paused just temporarily because I need to get back into it. But these have also been paused, and I've not worked on them since. But yeah, I want to make that mega ramp. That's a pain in the ass to make. Trust me. Like, this was hard enough to make, and this was just a basic set of things. Just trying to get everything to fit together is so painful. So I will work on the Mega Ramp when I have a chance. Finish off some more of those wedge modes. And yeah, I've got some other things I want to work on as well. I've got maybe a new Hasta La Vista idea, or maybe a new Sumo. I've got a Sumo idea. I've got an idea for Sumo, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Yeah, that 1v1 with JB was good. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever made like an actual race, so very basic, but just wanted to get an idea of it. Surprisingly, oh shit, what the fuck? God, imagine you're doing a race with lots of turns and you get this thing. Oh my days. Yo, this thing is nuts. What the fuck? Yeah, I like the modes like this where I like the random racing. I think it's really cool because you never know what you might get. Like this fucking thing. Yeah, that's exactly how people think driving GTA 4 is. Oh, this with GTA 4 physics would be brilliant. Like this with GTA 4 driving and damage would be brilliant. I know people say, oh, you know, it's only a small track, but honestly, you can get some good stuff in a small track like this. Like knowing how to do your lines and stuff could be really good. Oh, it's like the vehicle from Mind's Eye, except not shit. But yeah, I'll probably put some little bits and bobs on it to make it look nicer, and then I'll probably release it, and then that'll be my first official race. And then I'll start working on things like the mega ramps and the more crazier stuff, you know? And then we'll fit it into the official monthly event that we're gonna do, hopefully. Gonna do. Yeah, so it works. So yeah, I always think like if you know look at like it doesn't look like it's that complex, right? But look at this shit. Like it's like it's not fun. Like it was not fun having to do this. Like it doesn't look that bad. Oh yeah, the wheels didn't even move properly. Yeah, like Mind's Eye was fucked. I'm waiting for it to be on PS Plus for free. Once it's on PS Plus for free, I'll probably play it and finish it and 100% it, but I'm not paying for it. Fuck that, I'm not paying for it. Although I do love the creation tools. I still keep up with it, and I think the creation tools are fucking awesome, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Speaking of which, I just looked now, and yep, there's still people apparently, Leslie said, we have a studio in Edinburgh and in Los Angeles, and we'll have news on another studio soon. So it seems like they've not... It seems like they've still got more to do, you know? Like, it's still going. It's just that it hasn't died yet, anyway. Oh well. Yeah, no, I love that Steam gave me that refund. Like they didn't even question it. Like I literally begged them. Well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't outright beg them, but I did say, please, please. Like I was like, please, don't force me to continue with this. Let me get my money back so I can buy something in the Steam sale, which I did. So they got their money. They got their money. You know, Steam got their money back, but. That's why I bought it on Steam, because I knew, I was like, if I have to refund it on Steam, it will be way easier to refund than on like PlayStation. Because PlayStation, they did do some refunds, but they didn't do it like as like a set thing. Like it was just kind of on a per basis thing. So I'm glad I went on Steam, because yeah, Steam was very good about that. Even though I technically was outside of the hours, I was 1 hour too many. But yeah, Steam's very good for that. And I'm a good customer. They know I'm a good customer because I've spent fucking thousands on them. They know I have. They can see it. And I have what, like 900 games? So that yeah, they're not gonna fuck with me. They're not gonna say, nah, you're not gonna get a refund, because they know I'm a good customer. But if you're not a good customer, you're fucked. If you're someone who probably had like 5 games on their account, good fucking luck to you. All right, that's that anyway. So I'll work on that. I'll work on this stuff when I'm off stream sometime this week. Same in the Minecraft server. That needs to be finished because it's up and running. It's been up and running for like a week now, but I've not added anything to it. So I need to finish that off and then I can post it.
What?
And then I'll work on those and I'll hopefully get them done sometime in the next couple of weeks. And as you can see, oh, I have 41 clips. Sorry, I have more clips than I thought. I had about 80 something before, so now I'm down to 41. So I've got most of them done, but, well, half of them done, but there's still a lot to do, so yeah. Fun times. I'll probably do some of these actually now that I'm going to go off. So I'll leave this on and I'll do some of these when I get my drink or whatever I need. So tomorrow it will be. Oh, you're disappointed they removed Mr. Terrific and the other skin from Fortnite? Yeah, the engineer and all that. I swear they removed her as well. Yeah, they seem. I guess because Fantastic Four's on now, so they wanna get those out. So tomorrow will probably be Fortnite because GTA is a bit dead at the moment. I will try again maybe Sunday or sometime early next week with GTA. Maybe we can get Motor Wars or Sumo or something done. If not, we'll just have to wait until next week. But I think a lot of it will come down to when Dean's back as well, because at the moment everyone's like busy or on holiday. So yeah, we'll have to wait until Dean's back and all that, most likely as well. But anyway, thanks again, everyone. You hear mixed things about Fantastic Four. Yeah, I've heard some mixed things too, but then I also heard some mixed things about Superman at first. So I'm like, I'll give it a chance. You know, I'll give it a chance. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good one. Take care. God bless. I'll be back at some point, probably tomorrow. Who knows when, but probably sometime tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekends. Bye. Fuck, I still haven't got my... I still haven't put my away screen and my end screen back on. Fuck, I need to get that done as well. Oh, well, God bless. Bye.